Okay, hey everybody, we are live. So, yeah, we got some people in the chat. Chubby Funster's in the chat.
Yeah.
Chthonic Musings. Mike Saxon. Good to
And
see
we
you
just
guys.
lost Staccato.
Oh, we lost Staccato. Look at that. He doesn't like you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Here he is.
It's only a matter of time till my internet collapses as well.
There he is. Hey, yeah, we're having some wonderful internet connection issues with Jason and Stan. So we'll see. We'll see how long that lasts.
Mine's a restream issue.
But Thunderstruck Workshop. Hey, Mike, you better be subscribed with both accounts. That's all I'm going to say. All right, just gotta get the numbers up, right? So today, somehow Viktor ended up on the top here with the shuffling of everybody.
Yeah.
Where he belongs.
That's where he belongs. He should be on the top. All three of us should be on the bottom, and he should have the full screen
top spot
for this. But these people are here to see you, Vic. They're not here to us.
That's why I'm here tonight. Otherwise, I'd have given up on this internet half an hour ago.
Exactly. He would have forget it. Forget it.
Yeah.
It's just I don't want to talk to Roger. I can talk to him at any time. So it's Viktor Gorchev. Is it Gorchev? Is that how you say
Gorchev,
that?
yeah. It's technically not my real name, but it is for all intents and purposes, it's my real name online.
That's fantastic. Good enough, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, and he's the creator of Blacklight, which we played this weekend, and we'll talk about that. Yep, in a little bit. And below him is Staccato Stan, Troll Den Painting. You guys know him. And next to him is Jason. You guys know Jason.
And my name really is Sir Talks a Lot.
Yeah.
Sir Talks a Lot. No comment.
Given to me at birth.
Yeah.
My mom knew.
Oh, there you go. There you go. So before we get going and talking to Viktor, yeah, see, look, even Chubby's
his son is a big fan apparently.
Fantastic.
Nice.
It's great. And we're going to talk about it. So as far as gaming in the last week, we've done Jason was in my Blacklight game that I ran on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Ran Blacklight in the morning, and then I ran just the one shot, see how it goes, and then I ran Shadow Dark in the afternoon. That's sort of a conversion for my my other game, which was a Castles and Crusades, like West Marches kind of game. Mike is breaking my chops. I messaged him about, I don't know what, 9 times in the past 3 days before to go. So, yeah, that's cool. It's great. Yeah. Get the there was an issue with it. We'll talk about that too, with the drive-through thing and having to get it reprint. But yeah, so we did that. We played Shadow Dark. We'll talk about those games later. So I know Jason's got that stuff. Yesterday, I got in my Arduin Portal to Adventure Kickstarter came in. I can't even pick the thing up and bring it over here. It's just too unwieldy. I did a video earlier in the day that posted me unboxing it. But I mean, I just got the Arduin Trilogy book there. But yeah, it's a whole box set that they made that has the Barrows and Borderlands box set and the Arduin box set that looks like the old OD&D, box sets with the wood grain and stuff. Just fantastic. And those guys, Emperor's Choice, those guys are fantastic. And Matt with Barrows and Borderlands is absolutely, he's just wonderful.
Yeah.
But Vic, I guess we'll go clockwise. So you're next up. What have you done any gaming or you buying?
Not in a while, I'll be honest. I've been so busy with just writing and like getting some projects done, and all my friends, like my two best friends that like always game with me, they got fired and they like have been job hunting and like they've been very busy, so I haven't been able to do anything in a while. But I am planning to do hopefully a playtest for my upcoming game soon. I need to like what was it, cross some T's and dot some I's, and yeah, so hopefully I'll be able to do like a playtest with that. But like I said, I haven't actually done anything in a while. I can't even remember the last thing I did actually. Which
Wow.
The last thing I did was I played in like a one shot with the Basic Expert on his channel. Like we did like a live thing for his white. That was the last thing I did. So yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that's something I'm still waiting for too. The box set for White Box. Yeah. I can't wait. That's gonna be cool. I gotta find a place to display all these like small boxes. I don't know. I'm gonna have. So, yeah. What else? You said you backed a Kickstarter?
Yeah, I backed. It's called Occult City. It's for Savage Worlds. Like I'm a pretty big Savage Worlds fan, and it just kind of came across my timeline and it looks cool. It's like right up my alley. It's like you're like pulp vigilantes, like shadow versus monsters in like a dark city. And the cover art was cool, so I was like, the PDF is only like €9 or whatever, so I'll back it. So yeah,
cover art's like 50% of the buy.
Yeah,
right? Or like Kickstarter's like, oh, that art's cool, yeah, I'm backing that, and then then sometimes you get it and it looks nice on the shelf, and that's about it. But yeah, cool. What about you, Stan? You got a couple packages today, right?
Yeah. So after all my complaining, railing at the mail gods that I wasn't getting anything, everybody else was. I got my Arduino Kickstarter. I haven't even opened it yet because I'll probably do a unboxing video myself. So I didn't have a chance to open it, but it is quite big and heavy though. I'm excited. I may actually do that tonight after I get done this.
Nice.
We'll see.
Cool. And wait, what gaming have you done?
Ran Shadow Dark on Thursday, so it was our third session, and we had no character deaths, which was a improvement over the first two.
Very nice.
We've had 3 character deaths so far, so the third one, we had a near one guy went down to 0, but he was saved by a party member, and then spent the rest of the session paralyzed from spider poison. So he played an NPC for the rest of the session.
Nice.
But it was good.
Cool.
Pretty good. We're still using this here. Using that. That's been pretty good.
Is that a module or what? I'm not familiar with that.
So it's both. It's basically Raging Swan Press made it. It's their homage to Keep on the Borderlands in the Village of Homeland.
Okay. I think you've talked about that before. Okay.
Yeah, so you get a whole, it's set in their his Duchy of Ashlar setting, which is part of a larger setting. So you get like a whole fleshed out town to base it out of, and then there's a fully fleshed out module to go with it.
And you said that Village Omelet is part of it?
It's an homage to those.
Okay.
Oh,
we just lost.
We lost Victor. The internet is not our friend tonight.
Okay.
Oh, there
it
he is.
just randomly hiccuped. I think it might just be Restream.
Maybe it's
I think so.
Yeah,
I think it is because I keep getting booted to the lobby. So
Okay, cool. So it's not just me
we've
then.
never had.
No.
I've never had this issue before with Reese.
You're getting too big. That's what they do. That's how they get you.
Yeah,
big. Yeah.
Everything works when you've got
Keep-
5 subscribers, and now you're too big. And
Gotta be.
that's how they keep you down.
that's right.
So-
That's the man doing it.
Yeah, that one's definitely on my list. There's a lot of like Keep on the Borderlands like holds a place in my heart. So I try and grab all the different things.
It's really good. Like like I said, it's not that, but it's like an homage to it. Like I've run Village of Hamlet and stuff like that, and it definitely has that feel. But the thing I really like about it is the way they write it. It's pretty fleshed out, but it's also there's so much room for you to just add whatever you want. Like I have another Shadow Dark adventure, that it's a mega dungeon. Tom Wilson wrote that I was like, oh, I can throw this in anywhere and
Is
be
that-
able to run it.
Is that POD? That Shadow Keep is it POD?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, cool.
Yep. And they make it for a different, like this is the OSR. So he writes either for OSR, 5e, Pathfinder 1e, and some of his stuff is just plain system neutral. So I got the OSR version. So the conversion's been really not hard at all for Shadow Dark.
Cool.
So
wasn't the Village Hamlet L1 and the Assassins Knot was L2? Was that those modules?
Village of Hamlet was T1.
T1, okay.
T1, yeah.
T1, yeah.
I
And then
remember really liking that module. I liked that it took place
it's awesome.
inside this little village.
Yeah.
The village is all fleshed out. The moat house. I mean,
Awesome.
it's
Very
a lot
cool.
of people because it's part of the whole Temple of Elemental Evil. A lot of people online are like, it's the best part of it. Like the temple kind of, I guess. I've never really gone too far into the temple when I ran it way back in the day. But from what I've seen from other folks, it kind of falls apart a little bit.
People like the Moat House better that have played
Moat
the Moat House.
Great. It's a great like, dungeon crawl. You got the village for your base of operations, and then you got the moat house. And again, there's plenty of other things going on around that you could add into it and stuff.
And that's all
That's
in
a
the
really
Shadow
good
Keep.
adventure.
I mean,
No.
not directly.
But it's very similar. As like you have the town of Dulwich in the Shadowed Keep, and then you have the Shadowed Keep, and they give you like little hooks everywhere else. It's a separate product altogether, but like it's his version, or basically his tribute to those classic modules.
Yeah, I read, and
Yeah,
of course I
exactly.
cannot verify it at all, but I read that Gary wrote the actual Temple of Elemental Evil is just kind of a way to destroy players at cons. Like what I wrote, he wrote it out of spite, and I was like,
that wasn't the temple. That was oh crap! I have that module too. I just forgot the name of it. It's basically what
That's Two More
5e
Horrors.
did with.
Two
More
More
Horrors.
That's what it was. 2 More Horrors.
That's the
That's
one
right.
that-
Okay,
yeah.
Yeah, it's just designed. His players were basically, from the way the story's told, were saying they were unbeatable, unkillable, and he was like, "Oh, hold my beer," and
Well,
Okay.
but
he made
in-
this.
in that it was in Tomb of Horrors. It's like everything that's in there is not. There's no like saving throws, or there's no. It's like, oh yeah, here's this big head with its mouth open, like, and you get these dumb players that they want to stick their head inside the thing or something.
Yeah.
I won't spoil it, but hey, don't do that.
Don't do that. Yeah, look, I'm just batting 1,000 on my D&D knowledge tonight. Good golly.
It's what they based the 5e Tomb of Annihilation off of.
Yes.
Annihilation. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's cool. So Blacklight. We played some Blacklight.
I don't get my turn.
Oh, did you go? I'm sorry, you didn't go because
Yeah.
you were there. You were in a different spot before. You were in a different
telling you.
spot. My
No
bad.
respect at all.
My bad.
Yeah.
No, it's because you were where Stan was. So I thought that was the last person. I don't know
So-
what's going on. It's been a rough day.
Aside from an excellent weekend of gaming, Sunday was great. We played Blacklight and Shadow Dark proper for the first time. Had a blast in both games. Unfortunately, I had to go to Rochester Saturday to drop my car off again. Don't buy a Mini Cooper. Not happy. Anyway, so whenever I go to Rochester, I go to Millennium Games, just check out the used bin, looking for old stuff. And I found some old stuff.
Oh, cool.
I had a really good Saturday. So first we got this. I love this
nice.
type of thing. Really,
Nice.
Obviously, basic D&D, but leveled monster tables, like random loot generators and all that. I was super
Yeah.
happy to see that.
Cool stuff. Yep.
A2,
I got that. That's awesome.
obviously,
I've never
I
run
need the rest of the series, but I'm very happy just to even have this on me. C2,
Ghost Tower of Inverness.
I love this
Nice.
module.
Yep.
Haven't looked
I
at
think
it
I
in
have
30
that
years,
too.
but I remember having a good time with it. Dungeon Land, another one of my favorite modules because this
Oh,
is based on Alice
yeah.
in Wonderland. And
Yeah.
EX2, I think it's through the Looking Glass or something like that.
Yes.
It's the second part of the dungeon.
I
Super
have both
excited
of
about
those.
that.
Those are awesome. Those
Yeah,
are awesome.
I love them.
Oh
against
yeah,
the
I got
Giants,
that one.
baby.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Nice.
And check out that cover, Roger.
Oh yeah.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yes, Arrow
That's
Lotus
awesome.
cover.
Arrow Lotus, yeah.
I cannot say I actually remember the dungeon, but when I saw
me
the
put that
cover,
up
I was like, yes.
Yeah. That's cool
Yeah.
stuff.
I think I have that
Everybody
one
loves
too.
Arrow
Yeah.
Lotus, man. So
Yep.
super excited to get that. Oasis of the White Palm.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
I really liked the I series when
cool.
I was a kid. I don't remember a lot about it.
I don't think I had any of those. Any of
And
the I series.
this guy here.
Oh, cool.
And
Nice.
Cool.
what I like about this one is it comes with pre-gen characters.
Is that War Duke on the cover?
What we got?
Yeah.
It sure is Warduke on the cover. Let me find the pre-gens
Look at that sharp eye.
because Warduke is there. He is. Look at those pre-gens.
Nice.
Oh, those are awesome. I
With-
found that's where those are
Nice.
from.
Yes.
I found those images online with the
Yeah.
stats. I never knew what they were from.
Yes.
That's
This is
awesome.
what they're from, dude. Larry Elmore art, baby.
Nice.
Yeah, you can't go
Yes.
wrong there.
Nice.
I'm
I
kind of
saw,
jealous.
like, everyone I picked up, I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Super excited for that.
That's a good grab.
The
Yeah.
only one that I didn't get, there was one of the Thief solo modules, you know, with the hidden ink pen that you had to use.
Oh
Yeah.
That module was there as well. And I was like, yeah, I don't really care about that. And then I opened it up and all the answers had already been unhidden, you know, with the little, of course, because somebody played it way back when. So I didn't bother with that one. But man,
Yeah.
super excited
Cool.
with the stuff that I found this weekend. Very happy with my pull.
Yeah.
So
I'm jealous because like no way I would be able to find anything like that over here. So
yeah, I don't know how you possibly could. And
Yeah.
I don't think it was ever published in Dutch. I don't know.
oh no, I wouldn't have played in Dutch anyway. I would play it in English, but
Oh, okay.
like gaming stores and all that stuff aren't really a thing here. So
Right. There's one in Nuremberg that I used to go to all the time. It was 3 stories high. Just a crap load of Warhammer stuff on one floor and like
Yeah.
D&D on another, and the third was all like cosplays, but like real armor and stuff.
yeah.
So yeah, that's the only gaming store I can even remember seeing in Germany. I'm sure there's more.
Yeah, Germany, it's a lot bigger than in the Netherlands. Like in Germany,
Yeah.
you have like the games, or at least they used to have the Games Workshop stores. Like,
Yeah.
like you would see the Warhammer stores like all over the place. And then I've
Yeah.
only seen one like in my whole life in the Netherlands. So
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
yeah,
Is it just tabletop gaming isn't big in the Netherlands?
yeah, no, for some reason it never really caught on here too much. Like I don't know why. Maybe we're just too. Like my dad said that we're too. Like I'm trying to think of the English word now. Like we're just like. No, I can't think of the English word. So but,
Yeah. Yeah.
You're far too serious. No time for
Yeah.
games.
yeah, basically we're a little bit too serious, like in the Netherlands for that stuff.
Oh
So-
man. Oh
Oh,
my
we
God.
lost you.
This is crazy.
yeah.
We're just gonna shuffle around squares here all night. My God.
Oh,
Oh, and now we
No
can't hear
audio.
you. Yep. Oh boy.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, fun. So we'll yeah, if you want to try and get that working, just let us know, whatever. Well, I mean, I'll keep putting you back in, whatever we gotta do. But yeah, so and I got one more thing too that I actually picked up yesterday. This was a Kickstarter and I didn't back it. I went back and forth on it. I figured I was never gonna play it. And then technology peaked with frozen pizza. Yeah. And then Ravenswood, the comic shop, got these in, and so I picked up a copy to check it out.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
awesome.
West End Games.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the West End Games D6 system, and the book, the corners are like they're like really rounded.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Is that a new
and the pages,
publication or is that a
No, this is brand new. This was a Kickstarter, and then this just came out. Like I think official release date was yesterday.
I didn't even know they were still in business.
Well, I don't know if they are or if they're just putting the logo on there.
Oh, okay.
Or if maybe they're but I don't know if like West End Games is making anything because this is magnetic press play. Is I don't know if you can see
okay.
that.
I
Magnetic
wonder if
press
they're
play
like
is
just
the-
licensing the like the name.
Interesting.
So yeah, maybe they licensed the name and maybe somebody owns it. I don't know if they got bought by somebody. I know that Jason probably knows the answers to some of this.
I just heard him talk, by the way, so it looks like
Oh, you did?
yeah, I heard him say yeah. So
I think I'm back for now.
yeah.
There you go. What tell us what you know about what happened to West End Games.
They went bankrupt like everybody else did in the mid '90s.
So they don't exist anymore?
No, they don't exist. That whole West End Games thing, they may have bought, because I don't follow Planet of the Apes, but they may have bought the license from it, or I would be shocked if that trademark wasn't long expired. So
Sure, it should be. You would
Well,
think.
it was interesting. I didn't have anything, like I didn't really want it, and then I didn't really have a huge interest in Planet of the Apes or anything. But then I saw that this looks like it's solely on the original movies,
Oh yeah.
not the
That'd be cool.
modern stuff. And
Yeah.
I have like fond memories of watching those.
Charlton Heston,
Yeah.
baby,
Same.
absolutely, man.
I mean, it's good stuff. Yeah, I guess Malachi's saying that the Kickstarter cool Statue of Liberty dice tower. That's kind of
Yeah.
neat.
Have you looked at it? Is it a D6 system? Like
It is.
Star Wars?
It's
Okay,
yeah. Oh yeah.
so
It's definitely
straight up
yeah,
West End
you-
Games. Are very cool.
you would flip through it and go, oh yeah, this is Star Wars. It's it's that it's that system. So
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean maybe a little bit changed. I mean there's modernized or whatever, but it's still that D6 system. So but yeah, cool. So I got that. But
Well,
oh man, I don't know what is going on here. This is crazy. I don't know. Maybe it is Restream that's being screwy. And we can't hear you again.
yeah, I think it takes a moment
Oh,
for
boy.
it to because
Yeah.
Now we can hear you.
No, I can't hear him.
Oh, I lied.
no.
Awesome.
Man.
There you
Now
go.
we just
I
heard
just
you say
heard you.
awesome. So
I think it takes a moment because also you're
Okay.
like your
Before I get dropped
yeah.
again, if it happens again, because I'm disrupting the whole stream and I don't want to be doing that all night. If it happens again, I'm going to leave. If it happens before it, Victor, it's been wonderful meeting you.
Yeah.
I have tons of questions for you. I would
Yeah.
really, whether I email you or message you, I'm following your latest Kickstarter. I know you guys are going to talk about that. I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to it. So if I get dropped again, I'm just going to drop. You guys have a great night. Meanwhile, I'm
Yeah.
going to sit here and enjoy while I can.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So yeah, so Blacklight. So we played Blacklight. It was the first time
Mhm.
first time running it. So I had backed it on Kickstarter. Jason saw it. I think you backed, or no, did you back it or did you bought it afterwards?
Oh, I backed it. Absolutely.
You
man.
backed it.
It's
Right.
Because I had no idea about it. You told me about it. And I was like, what? In fact, what you told me was like, it's got cool guns. You should check it out.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
And,
that's right.
and I don't really care about the cool guns, but I read what Blacklight was. And I was like, oh man, this is totally my thing. Let's check it
Yeah.
out. So I
Yeah.
backed it immediately after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, my name is in the book along with the rest of the Kickstarter.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, you did. Yeah. Yeah, no, so it's really cool. It was
Thank-
different for me to run, a modern kind of game.
Mhm.
That's not my jam. I'm so used to running like fantasy.
Yeah.
So running modern stuff is it's interesting, right? Because some of it's like the same, especially with Blacklight. You kind of make it easy because like, oh, you just go through this portal, or and now all of a sudden, we're in a D&D world, and that I can
Yeah.
run all day.
Yeah,
or
exactly. Yeah.
fantasy or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So I love that aspect of it.
Yeah, I
Um,
purposely did that. I purposely wanted that aspect of it because my favorite part of like the OSR in general is just like the compatibility of stuff. And I
Yeah.
love the idea of just taking Blacklight or my other stuff, and it's like, oh, we're gonna use it to run like the Isle of Dread and like do some Skull Island type stuff, So that's always kind of like my my goal with my games, to have that compatibility and that flexibility. So yeah.
Yeah, and that, with the OS, with any OSR product, it's really
Yeah.
simple to do that. I think and so I mean, and props on Blacklight. I mean, this is just
Thank you.
fantastic.
Yeah.
And like the only like Well, there's a couple small issues, and maybe we'll get those out of the way first, right? So we're
Sure.
not
End on a positive
we're
note.
not ragging
Yeah.
on you. but well, first, sometimes, occasionally, this has nothing to do with you, is I've got this issue where I've got the hardcover and it came in and it was fine, but then now it's permanently kind of like this.
Yeah.
The cover's like folded,
Yeah.
it kind of curled up, and that's probably because the humidity of wherever it was print was higher than the humidity here. Yeah, yours is fine. Yours is fine.
Yeah.
But mine, I had it sitting on a table, and it just like the cover slowly creeps up, or whatever. But that's not you. That's
Yeah, that's just the printer lightning source.
print on demand, and print on demand has come a long way
Yeah.
in the last decade, especially 5 years or so. And I think they're even drive-through is even doing saddle stitch binding now, I think, in some cases. And so like seeing that improve and get better, I think is just gonna
a drive-through printer, like, maybe I shouldn't say this publicly, but they have some issues. Like, I'll keep it at that. But the problem is that they're still like the best choice for print on demand for doing Kickstarters and stuff like that, because Lulu just doesn't make it easy. And like none of the other things that you can use to do print on demand make it easy. Drive-through at the end of the day is just the easiest way to do print on demand. So
yeah. Have you ever considered for some of your stuff to do like a blacklight Kickstarter and do like a saddle stitch bound book, like just for the Kickstarter? Or
so my upcoming Kickstarter, I'm trying offset print for the first time.
Okay.
And if that goes well, it's kind of like a test case. If that goes well, I have no problem maybe re-releasing Blacklight and Modern Necessities and all that stuff as like an offset print Kickstarter. Maybe even go through and fix any issues that there might be left over, or even improve some stuff that I think should be improved since then. So yeah, we'll see. Do like a second, like kind of like a second edition maybe, but yeah,
that's cool, because that's something like what Kevin Crawford does with his stuff. The Kickstarter, you can get the high end stuff, and then you can get the print on demand hardcovers afterwards. And he always has some hardcovers, the stuff to sell anyway, but I mean they're usually like $85-$90 or something for those books, but they're really great quality. And for like something like Blacklight, like I mean I would shell out good money to get a good copy of the book, because it's something that I'm not just going to have sit on the shelf. Like, I mean, I want to use it, and so I'll
definitely keep that in mind.
Get a good quality. So,
but
I know that you're sending out another, print on demand codes or whatever, right?
Yeah. So basically what happened is that, I kind of messed up the bleed, if you know anything about layout and stuff, because normally my books have just a white background, so I wasn't, and this one has like that textured background, like the print pages,
it's like it's photocopied.
So I messed up the bleed, and then some copies apparently were being printed with kind of like a little bit of a white line around the pages. So they had me redo that. And then it took ages for them to validate the files and stuff. And then when they finally did, they were like, "Oh, by the way, you should also maybe like move up the compatible with Shadow Dog text a little bit on the cover, because there might be a chance that gets cut off otherwise." So I did that, and now it's been in validation for like another 2 weeks again. So it's just drive-through. Like, I hate it, but it's not something I can really do about. So
we were. When we were playing, because I read, I got your email talking about, the white border, and I was looking and I was like, I have no idea what he's talking about. It's like, there's nothing wrong with this. So before we started playing Sunday, and we sat down and we're talking about the book and all that, and Roger had to point it out in his, this is, so then I was like, oh, okay. But I'm looking at it, I'm like, well, the whole thing is meant to look like a photocopied field manual. And I was like, I like that white border there. To me, that looks like somebody was in a rush, photocopied it. And I mean, I've looked at hundreds of field manuals in my time, and they look like that. And I was like, for me, this just adds to the flavor, man. I'm totally down with this.
Well, the problem is that somebody apparently complained to Drive-Thru RPG, and they had to refund him. And then because it was technically my fault, they took the money from me. And then they were like, "Yeah, you should fix this." And they basically took the files down and had to redo them.
Wow,
So-
that's so lame. Dude.
Yeah,
I have
Yeah.
no problem with it at all, man.
yeah, yeah.
And so our friend Vince, who was the guy in the chat earlier that mentioned that that his copy, he ordered after we were talking about it a few weeks back. He went to order a copy of it,
Yeah.
and he did, and then it got canceled the next day because that's
Yeah.
right when like some of that validation or something probably had to happen or something.
Yeah.
And so he's
Yeah,
still waiting for his copy.
Yeah, it's been a whole thing, and it sucks especially because Drive-Thru right now on their front page has like a Shadow Dog like third-party supplement promotion, and Blacklight is on there. Yeah, it's, Blacklight's like in the top 10, but I'm only able to sell the PDFs.
PDFs,
so technically, I'm losing out on money. So yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, we'll definitely try, to point some people your way, once it gets back up and obviously and towards the new Kickstarter and all of that, because we love your work,
Yeah, thank you.
I ran it. The only other thing that came up right in game, and this one is your fault, Victor.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll wave my finger at you. No.
Yeah.
No, just a minor thing, right?
Yeah.
And this is more from the player's perspective than mine per se, but it did come up. So these guys are special ops, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we had a couple of instances where we had the tank or the melee fighter.
Yeah.
And he rolled a 1, the basher, right?
Yeah.
He rolled a 1 for his hit points. So we did 3d6 down the line. He had a -1 constitution bonus. He rolled a 1 for his hit points. So he's got 1 hit point. So here he is, the guy.
He also had like a 9 strength.
Yeah. Well,
like
I wouldn't say that's so much my fault. That's just OSR in general, isn't it? That's Kelsey's fault. I use her system. Yeah, but there's nothing I usually give like full hit points at level 1 myself.
My God!
I think that might actually be in Shadow Dog as an option. Don't quote me on that. But.
Boy. You're gonna ruin me as a DM here. Try and make me give my players full hit points at first.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
I have my full support on that.
So Chubby says, ironically, they did a Shadow Dark sale, but most of the creators were set to not opt in. So a lot of Shadow Dark stuff was actually not discounted.
Well, I think I'm not even sure it's a sale. It's just a promotion because I'm opted in and it didn't discount my stuff. Like the PDF is still full price, and I'm opted in on Drive-Thru RPG. So I think it's just like not so much a sale as just like, hey, check out this cool Shadow Dark stuff. Maybe Kelsey pulled some strings. Maybe Drive-Thru RPG realized that Shadow Dog is very popular right now, and they're kind of trying to get in on that. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. No. So that was really the only thing that came up like in the game is and I understand that's not you, obviously. But
yeah.
And so So the solution to that we were discussing is. Maybe do advantage or do max hit points or something like that. So Chubby saw some stuff. So it must have just been a promotion, and they were pointing people to stuff, and then people discounted their own stuff to try and push it probably. But so that was like the only thing that we really ran into that was like, this doesn't fit.
Yeah, and another like somebody the Dragons and Dyslexia or Dyslexia and Dragons like one of he did a review on Blacklight, and the only thing he didn't like is my training rules, where you have to spend like your armory points, then you have to roll. You have to roll to train, and there's a chance you can fail. And he didn't like that chance that you can fail. And it's like, well, yeah, I get that, but I basically based them on Kelsey's rules for like learning new languages, and I just expanded on that. Right. So,
I'm sure Jason's got a lot to say about this from being in the Army, but I mean, just in like my line of work and stuff, I've seen people take courses and do training to do certain things, and then
sometimes you don't make it.
Sometimes you take the test at the end, and you don't make it. So
absolutely true.
And there's nothing stopping you from retrying. All it costs is like some AP points, and then and you get most of them back if you fail. Plus, it takes like downtime, and downtime can just be like I don't mean like one-on-one like Browser time. Like it could just be like within the session. It's like this team is like on hiatus for like 8 months because everyone's training. Like nothing's stopping
like
you
in
there.
real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, other than that, like those were really like the only things. Like I don't know, Jason, you were in the game. What else came up that was
My
a
only issue
frustrating point?
was some of the AP, some of the armory points, and
Oh, right.
this is just me being like I can't if I play a military themed RPG, I can't get the military out of my head.
Yeah.
Like the MVGs are 5 AP, the body armor was 5 AP, and I'm like, there is not a soldier in the army that doesn't have body armor and
Yeah.
that doesn't have a set of MVGs assigned to them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, this spec ops team that's doing this ultra high end stuff, like every cat in Delta, every SEAL, all that, they all have the
Yeah.
very best equipment. But I also, it's a way of controlling the inventory, and I get that.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, okay, fine, whatever. But having said that, 10 minutes into the mission, I went into the mission with no body armor because I got a 240 Bravo, the medium machine gun, because I was playing a support guy. So I was like, I gotta have a 240. Well, that's 10 AP right there. No problem. So that's half my AP gone. One belt of ammunition, 3 AP. Okay, I'm down to 7. I got the extended magazine. That's another 3. Okay, now I'm down to 4. And I got a couple other things. 10, 15 minutes into the mission, a guy that we went in to go locate was wearing body armor. We KO'd him because, I'm not trying to kill my allies. And I took his body armor. Now I've got body armor.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, the problem fixed itself. So it was kind of like but it wasn't so bad that I didn't have fun. In fact, really on the fun scale, it did not affect it at all.
Yeah.
I had a blast playing Blacklight, and it was our first time playing. I think we got 3 hours of actual game time in. Man, I had so much fun playing this. I was absolutely loving it.
Yeah,
so
that's nice to hear.
Yeah.
Also, with armory points, I do note that this is in the rules that the referee or the GM does have like the authority to just give out gear as he deems needed. So if you're like, this mission, they do require body armor. Like if even if you don't technically have the AP for it, he can give out the body armor, because I do note, like, it's not meant to be like a hindrance or an annoyance. It's just like a way to kind of like give a sense of progression. So it's like, if there's a mission that requires infiltrating by like sea, it's like, oh, well, I don't have the AP for a scuba set. Like, no, just give them the scuba set.
It's mission required. You have to have it.
Yeah. So body armor would, if I ran at body armor, I would at least like give you like, maybe not the best body armor, maybe not like a power suit or whatever, but I would give you like, some Kevlar.
Sure. So, a plate carrier and helmet, which is assault armor, I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
And that's when you see, soldiers on the news, whatever, that is what they're wearing. They're wearing a plate carrier, a couple of pieces of
exactly
of
of
Kevlar and all that. So but we're gonna do the praise next, right? Because I will.
No, we will
side go a lot. So
so I saw that as mostly like with the night vision and stuff. Like, I mean, in D&D, right, or any fantasy. Like, you wouldn't just give out, full plate and, free dark vision glasses or whatever to all the players. So I think that's why there was that cost associated with it. That's, not just like a free thing. So that I understood. Now I basically explained that to the guys, like everybody, of course, the night vision, you need to hit the larger battery, which is heavier, and,
I like that
like
rule.
that. So, which is cool. So, hey, Agile, good to see you. Edgelord, good to see you. Death Angel had a question on my previous stream when I did the box opening that he was really curious as to what you would say, Jason. He wanted to know about a Kickstarter that came out today.
What?
Because the Ducato knows what it is. The spell book. No. The Castle Crusades spell book, Adventurer's spell book. He said, "Oh, I wonder what Jason's going to say about that."
I actually have nothing to say about it. We're not using CNC currently. I'm not keeping up with it, dude. I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm fully invested in Shadow Dark right now. That is what we were playing, and that's what we're going for.
No.
Yeah.
I'm running CNC, and I'm not keeping up on it.
There you go.
so yeah, Spellbook
No interest.
controller games, CNC. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So, but yeah, no. Other than that, like I said, Victor, we really did enjoy, everything, and the stuff that we're, this is just minor, nitpick stuff, and like Jason said, like once we started playing, it was like, it was a completely different kind of thing.
The only thing that pissed me off Sunday, and it had nothing to do with the game, my fellow players kept stepping into my line of fire.
Oh yeah.
I'm using a 240. You get the hell away from me, dude, because this thing's going to cut you in half if you step in my way.
Yeah.
Especially when both of those guys had 1 hit point. I was the only person that rolled good on hit points. And I'm if a stray round hits you, it's going to kill you. But that'll come with time. And and
they're probably hoping for that.
Yeah. But we played Blacklight in the morning, then we broke for lunch, then we came back, we played Shadow Dark. So when we broke for lunch, the 4 of us went out to eat. We had Mexican, we're sitting around a table. We spent the next hour talking about Blacklight.
Oh yeah, that's really
it
cool
was all positive. We were bouncing questions back and forth and talking to Roger about this and that. So if we keep playing Black, one of the things, there's a couple of things. There's a couple of parts about this. One, Roger is a little bit uncomfortable running military type stuff with me in it because of my background.
Yeah, you get I get that. You get self-conscious. Like I never served or anything, so I do get self-conscious when
and that's what I kept telling him, and I tell anybody, yes, I was in the Army. I did this. Yeah. Obviously, I didn't do Blacklight for real. It's not real. But I did.
They say that
I had to sign an NDA.
Yeah.
But I did cool stuff. But this isn't real life. I'm playing an RPG. So if my DM says if the DM says something that's wildly inaccurate, I'm going to be like, that's not really how it would work.
Yeah.
But if he calls an AK an M4 or says that the M4 has 7.62 bullets, I don't care if he gets it right or not. It doesn't matter. I don't expect the 4 guys that I'm playing with to enter a room like I would on a 5-man stack or a 4-man stack. I don't expect that from my players. But if we continue to play Blacklight, I would start saying things like, I've got the 240. You guys need to stay to the left or the right, stay out of my cone of fire. It's extremely important. But that's more because I just want to be effective when I'm shooting the enemy versus I don't want to be clipping my guys.
Well, there's an easy fix for that. Just make your character the squad leader. Like you're the squad leader, so you get to give the orders. So
the issue with that is,
fortunately, when I rolled my character when we first started playing, I had a 15 strength, a 10 dexterity, a 15 constitution, 8 intelligence, 8 wisdom, 10 charisma.
Yeah.
So not the brightest bulb in the box, and I didn't want to be the squad leader, but it worked out perfectly because when I first started rolling them, I was like, we're rolling 3d6 down the line. But when I got his stats done, I was looking at him and I was like, this guy is Animal Mother from Full Metal Jacket.
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah.
And that's how I played him. I wasn't a racist douche or anything, but that his attitude was my attitude the entire game. Yeah. And man, I had such a good time, dude. Yeah. Anyway, Roger, go ahead, man. I'm going to hijack the
Victor. Make more dungeons.
Yeah, I want to. I'm currently writing a dungeon / adventure for Modern Necessities. It's still one of the stretch goals that I owe people. It's like my take on Keep on the Borderlands, but like magical post-apocalypse. So I'm kind of cutting my teeth on that because I've never really written any large adventures / dungeons before. So hopefully people will like it. We'll see. But yeah.
Oh my God. I don't even know what any of this means.
18 Fox is a special forces. And I was 12 Bravo, man. Yeah, I was not special forces.
So
regular.
Yeah, no, we we had a blast, Victor, and I would have liked to have seen more. Obviously, I know Blacklight's new, right? So I mean, I definitely want to see more like modules and stuff.
Mhm.
If I don't know if that's in the plan,
Yeah,
uh, but yeah, I would love to see stuff like that, and I'm sure like Delta Green stuff, would probably fit in,
yeah,
fairly well, um, with Blacklight and things like that. So,
yeah,
um,
definitely.
but yeah, we had a good time.
Yeah,
I dropped them into rural West Virginia, and they had some fun there
yeah,
in a town and stuff. So
We had one death, but 2 of us made it out alive. We succeeded the mission, and we rescued 3 of the guys from the other team. So
yeah,
nice.
that's a
Yeah.
big win to me, man. It was a great
Yeah,
time.
yeah, it was it was a blast. It was really fun. Like I said, it's a little different, running
Mhm.
like a modern kind of thing, but definitely
Yeah.
definitely a blast. And I mean I want to run it again. I definitely want to try, doing a campaign. I can't wait to do, like different worlds, things
Yeah.
like that. That's not something you can normally do, with a D&D campaign without getting into like the Gonzo or portals or,
Mhm.
Yeah.
going crazy.
Yep.
Whereas
Yep.
that's the whole point of this, right? Is to, hey, like, like I've got the I forget the name, but I got the Alice in Wonderland book. It's for 5e, but it's pretty like it's a source book, and he made
It's called
the
Wonderland.
Neverland, Wonderland, and
Mhm.
Oz. It's got 3 books, and
Yeah.
it's got
Oh,
sources for all those. Like I would love to just just throw one of those in there. Black, like they
Oh
go
yeah,
through a portal.
Blacklight and Oz would be
you know.
amazing.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
just
I-
they'll
yeah.
just be fantastic. So
I've had the idea like floating in my head of doing an Oz thing, but you're like World War One soldiers or maybe even World War Two that end up in Oz. But the thing is with Oz, like the books, like not all of the books are in the public domain, and I'm too lazy to
Right.
figure out what I can and can't use. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. You should check out the book Oz. It's
Mhm.
Oz, Wonderland, and Neverland.
Oh yeah,
and I forget who made it. They're really well done books. I think Jason's grabbing for the Wonderland book. I think it's Andrew Kolb. Is that his name?
That is correct, sir. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the only one that
And
I
that's-
own. I didn't get
Yeah, and it's really cool.
Hmm.
So that's
Yeah.
that's interesting.
If you want a good idea of how to kind of run that modern military, but you're in a fantasy world thing, check out the Forgotten Ruins series. It's a book series. It's about modern army rangers that end up. Technically, it's the future, but it's the future after like a nano plague turns everything into D&D land. So there's
Okay.
orcs, there's dragons, there's all sorts of crazy shit. And excuse my French, my Dutch.
No, you're good.
But and it's like these rangers like dealing with that basically, and it starts off with like their plane like crash landing on an island, and they get besieged by like thousands of orcs, and there's like trolls and like ogres and stuff like that. So it's just them like digging in with their M240s and their grenade launchers and shit like that. So it's a really good series, and it kind of gives you an idea of to like maybe approach that mash of genres.
It's called
Yeah.
Forgotten Ruins.
Yeah,
I will check it out.
That's cool.
Forgotten Rumors.
there's
we'll
actually an
definitely-
RPG. They actually did an RPG too, and it's based on White Box. So
Oh, cool.
yeah,
Cool. You're definitely gonna
Yeah.
have to check that out now. But yeah, we had a blast. I really like and there's a lot of stuff to love, right? And some of it I know comes right, directly from Shadow Dark.
Yeah.
The battery thing on the timer,
Mhm.
I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
I went with the normal 60-minute
Yeah.
Shadow Dark timer. I think it's in your recommendations to go to 30 minutes.
Yeah, I think I recommend like the different game modes that Kelsey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of them's a 30-minute. Well, we
Yeah.
did the 60-minute, and it was all right. I don't know, maybe for a one shot, I would do it a 30-minute.
Mhm.
Just to try it.
we didn't have like a hot wash or anything, so we didn't really talk about that. But I would agree. I actually would like to see, at least in Blacklight, I would like to see more draconian rules about the light.
Mhm.
The whole time myself, one of the other players had an undermount light, attack light on our weapons. And, Ken, one of the other players, he used his the whole time because we had a couple spare batteries. And, with attack light's great, but really its light is very focused. There's a wedge that's directly in front of you.
Yeah.
So if you don't have your own light, if I'm looking over here and the attack light's face over here, I can't see that.
Yeah.
And that was something that we didn't do. So when we play Blacklight again, that's something that, but we're just not used to that rule. We're used to having a torch and it's 360 degrees and it's 15 feet. You can see everything out there. So with Blacklight, I would like the light source to be very specific. I mean, and that's what it is in the book.
Yeah.
So that's how I would like to play it.
That's kind of,
all three players or, all the team members have to have a light source. It's not just we're going to share a torch, walk around. And so it just, you just really got to pay attention to what you're packing. So
it's kind of up to the referee at that point to have the monsters play into that. So it's like, you're pointing your flashlight forward. Meanwhile, the vampire is in the darkness, like coming up behind you, crawling across the ceiling, where you're not looking. Even if you're wearing night vision goggles, unless you have like those fancy ones with like the four lenses these days that they give you the peripheral vision. Which they do wear on the cover, so technically that's what they have. But you could always be like, you don't have peripheral vision if you have like basic night vision. So,
and all it takes is one melee combat to get one of those things broken or knocked off your head.
Yeah, and even Kelsey says like the monsters will target torches, so there's no reason that the vampire will target he'll try to rip off your night vision goggle or something. So,
yeah.
Or
that's something that
even if you don't want to be like they're specifically targeting your MVGs, maybe they're just specifically targeting this humming device that's in your hand or on your head. They feel it and they want it gone. Yeah, there's so much you can do with that.
Yeah. No, that's definitely like the light, and I like the way that you integrated that. From Shadow Dark.
That's actually how Blacklight started, I'll be honest. So people, after I did Modern Necessities and stuff, and then Shadow Dark came out, people were like, hey, Vic, you should do a modern thing for Shadow Dark. And I kind of like, that sounds cool, but how would I even approach that? Because in my opinion, if you do a Shadow Dark supplement, you do need the torch mechanic or a version of it, because that's so core to Shadow Dark to me.
That's the main thing, right?
Yeah. So I was like pondering, like, how would I do that? And then I came up with the whole battery thing. And then it's like, well, realistically, batteries are going to last hours, if not days. Like, even with night vision goggles, they last a while. And then I came up like, well, what if like the supernatural energy like drains them quicker? And then I came up with the whole setting around that, basically. So that's how the idea started. Yeah.
It's really cool. So I had originally saw it Blacklight and was reading into it, and I was gonna, so at one point I wanted to run the Strange. It's that was one of the first Cypher System games that came out, and you're basically like agents for this like sort of government thing or whatever, and there are these like portals and rifts and stuff where you go to like other dimensions or other worlds, but you it's a little bit different where you don't actually go through a portal. You like they call it translation. So like if you go through a portal to like a D&D world and you're holding a gun, you're like you've got a crossbow or you can shoot fireballs or whatever or something like that, so things like that. So, and I just I'm not a huge fan of the Cypher System. And so I've always been looking for something that I could do that with. And Blacklight, I can, not that it's the same, or even though I probably could do it. Like I think it'd be cool to do that with like different, because you just go have these portals, right? And they could go to any world anyway. So you just have these guys just go through, and so I think it'd be cool to run a campaign like that. And I think that helps with like games getting stale or something, where instead of like, oh yeah, we're just going into another dungeon, things like that, you're going, you never know what you're going to do. Like, oh, today you're in a, it's some crazy, cyberpunk dystopian, world or whatever, and the next day you're in, a D&D dungeon,
Yeah, definitely.
So
Yeah, I made it for those kind of like one shots, but also you can do longer campaigns. Like nothing is stopping you from doing a whole like mission that's like months or years long in like Ravenloft or something. Like
Yeah.
you're hunting vampires. You're maybe Strahd is teamed up with some of Tool Society goons, and stuff like that. So
yeah, that'd be interesting to see, something like that happen, where you just show up and into Ravenloft with everything that's going down, and
yeah,
maybe meet up with some some other PCs or whatever that are actually in Barovia doing the thing. They're going through Curse of Strahd, and then all of a sudden, through the gates come these these modern soldiers,
yeah,
with guns and stuff, and
yeah,
they team up to go after Strahd.
yeah, that'd be fun.
Have you noticed any balance issues with using modern stuff, like with some of the older stuff? Like everybody's got a gun, right? Like that everybody's got a machine gun for the most part, right?
Yeah.
And so now like goblins attacking isn't as deadly because they're all dead before they come around the corner or whatever,
But I would call that a feature, not rather than a bug.
Sure.
That makes sense to me. Like if goblins attack you and you have like an AA-12 auto shotgun, they're not going to really stand a chance. But then it's up to the GM to maybe the goblins start playing a bit smarter, or some other stuff shows up that's a bit more resistant to bullets. So. I ran actual Keep on the Borderlands with Modern Necessities, and they went into one of the caves of chaos, and they got rushed by goblins, and they did decimate a bunch of them with shotguns, but then enough got through where two of the PCs almost died because they just got jabbed by spears. So like enough goblins got through to still do some damage. So
one hit point is one hit point.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's cool. Caves of Chaos would be really fun. I should try that with that, because you could do that as a long thing where you like keep going back or whatever.
Yeah.
And
then also because you might be a character that's like a modern dude that's very focused on his firearm training. Well, what if your ammo runs out? You're not gonna have like the melee prowess of like a straight up fantasy fighter. So if you're down to your combat knife or your tomahawk or even like the magic sword that you picked up, you might be struggling a bit because again you're not a paladin, you're not you're not a fighter.
Yeah,
you're just a dude. So
and I love the your ammo rules. I love like not keeping track of ammo. There's definitely like with a bow, and I've seen like, the die roll or some of that stuff with, in fantasy, like people have done it, and it kind of works. I kind of see it, but like if you've got 20 arrows, like, I mean, I don't care how quick you're launching them. I think you're really counting, or at least I'm thinking that you're counting like how many you're shooting,
I do. Yeah.
And so I think that, there's kind of an issue with doing like the resource die, like for that. But I think for like machine guns and like the way you've got it, I think is perfect because, I don't know, I'm not a huge like gun guy, but I mean, like when you've got like a machine gun and you pull the trigger and like you're trying to do a burst of like 3 bullets or whatever, 4, you're shooting at 4 or 5 things that, I mean, you can go through 20 bullets, I think, fairly easy. So I really like the roll afterwards. And, because of the limited carrying capacity, that was so like, as soon as the battle ended and it's like, okay, everybody make a loading roll. Like all eyes are on like these players, like shit. Okay. Oh, I'm down. I got one more magazine left or whatever. And then Ken was using the auto shotgun and he had he was doing the burst fire or whatever with it, and its loading is already 3. He had to like make a 6,
and he did every time.
He's rolling a D8, and it was like 3 times he rolled like a 7 or 8, and it's just like, the tension. Everybody's staring at that roll, and then he'd like roll a 7, and everybody's like, "Oh, thank God!"
Yeah.
When I had to load up the last belt of my 240, I was like, "Okay, guys, last belt.
Yeah.
Here's hoping."
Yeah.
We made it to the end of the adventure, though.
Yeah, I think especially for Shadow Dog, you have to avoid that kind of bean counting, because Shadow Dog in general doesn't really have that. Plus, it does add that excitement of like, am I gonna make this reload wall? Am I gonna have some more ammo left or not? And for my upcoming project, I'm actually expanding that system into all sorts of different stuff. I'm gonna have a wall like that for if you use a med kit. I have a wall like that if your armor is going to be damaged or not. So, yeah, I kind of like that usage die stuff.
Yeah.
For me, the ammo thing, excuse me, it wasn't so much about running out of ammo. For me, it was how much can I afford to buy.
Yeah,
a belt to 240 is 3 AP. That's significant.
Yeah,
and so by the time we were stepping off the adventure, I was playing a support guy who was super strong. So in fact, my carry capacity was 20. No, I'm sorry. Yeah. It was 19 or 20. Either way, it was extremely high.
It was high. Yeah.
And so I was like, man, anybody need me to carry something, because I've bought a belt of ammo and I've got my 240 and I'm about out of AP now, but I got a lot of room. So who wants me to carry stuff? And so, when we were doing the adventure, we found a couple of our former teammates that were dead, and they both had whatever the basic assault rifle was. So I was like, throw one of those over my back. Okay, that's 2 AP, good to go. A couple magazines of ammunition, no problem. So for me, the reload worry wasn't so much.
Yeah,
I hope I roll well. It's that I wasn't able to buy a lot of ammo. And and like Roger said, the tension every time we were rolling that D8, I mean, it is the most insignificant die you can roll. And we were like, God, please, 7-8, 7-8, 7-8. Oh, thank God, we're okay.
Yeah, I think the standard I made like a D6, right? And then D8 is if you have the expanded extended magazine.
Yes. Yeah. We all got the extended magazine because we're like, well, I'm going to be rolling low tonight. So
just trying to extend that, that thing, which it's amazing, right? Like how like one like small rule, like with the loading, like now now it's not like, oh, okay, I bought 3,000 bullets, we're good, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I can just blow through them. Like now it's like, man, you could, it doesn't matter if you've got 3 things of ammo, like if you roll bad 3 times in 3 small combats, like you're done, you're out. And now now you're beating goblins to death with with the butt of your rifle, which is not.
It just means that you got a little bit overexcited in the previous combat and you held the trigger down a bit too much. And
at one point I buckstroked a goblin, whatever the little critter was, and I think it did D3, and I was like, "Kill, my knife does D4. I guess I'm gonna throw my 240 over my shoulder and start stabbing." Yeah, it was great.
Well, it makes you want to make that decision, right? Because it's like, okay, there's 4 of us, there's like 3 of these little critters, right? Like if I pull the trigger once, and just shoot one technical, right, quote unquote, 1 bullet, like I still got to make a loading roll, and I could be out, and that could waste that that magazine. So it might not be worth it, to kill something that's got 5 hit points or whatever.
And it was funny because go ahead, Vic. Go ahead, man.
Oh no, I was gonna say, like, well, technically, if it's just like a brief combat and you shoot once, me personally as a GM, I wouldn't make them do a loading roll after that, because I do say like it's up to the referee when you do a loading roll. Like it could be in the middle of combat, it could be at the end of combat. You could completely ignore it if you want. So, but
I'm liking you less and less, Vic.
At one point early on, I made the statement, I'm going to be pretty pissed if I have to reload my belt and I've only shot a 6 to 8 round burst on one goblin. Fortunately, I rolled well and it didn't happen. But I thought it was an interesting learning curve for us, because in regular fantasy, I've got my short sword, I've got my long sword, I'm shooting my crossbow. It's going to do D8 on whatever I shoot at it or swing at it. Whereas I when we first went into the portal, I was using my 240, and I'm like giving a burst, and it's doing. I think it was doing 3d10 damage. No, or 2d10. I think the 240 base damage is 2d8, 2d8, and a burst bumps the die up, so it was 2d10. Dude, 2d10 is going to mow down any first level creature.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need to sling the 240 and save this for the bad guy at the end.
Yeah.
I've got a sidearm that's going to do d6 damage to these guys. It's probably going to kill one. And then when we found the assault rifles later on, I was like, I'm definitely slinging the two. In fact, I had done that. I'd slung the 240, and then 5 minutes later, we got bum rushed by like 5 bad guys coming out of the dark, and I was like, "Oh, it's 240 time."
Yeah, definitely.
So it's an interesting learning curve, and it kind of makes you think about. I can go all out with the big gun, but I don't need to. And if I burn through this ammo, I am going to seriously regret it later on. Yeah. So I love the mechanic. I think it's really well done.
Thank you. Well, that's why I said that, technically you can mow down a whole horde of goblins, but that's a feature, not a bug, in my opinion. It fits the setting, and there's other ways that, still stuff can still go wrong. So
yeah, that horde of goblins, sure, I can mow down a load of goblins with my 240, and then, like you said, now I'm out of ammunition.
Yeah,
and now I have a 16-pound club.
Yeah.
You can do it, but you maybe don't want to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
Thanks, Paul. And thanks,
Paul has got the right idea.
Thanks, Stan, for jumping on that too.
Well, I'm not saying how Rogers would want it. If he wants to do a reload check after that, that's up to him. That's why I made the rules so flexible.
Yeah, we kind of, when we started, we said, all right, let's run it as close to raw as possible.
Yeah.
Before we go making changes.
Yeah. I'm a proponent of that too. Yeah.
So I was like, all right, it says like once per combat or whatever, make a loading roll. I'm like, let's do it. Let's see what happens. Right.
Yeah.
And I think it worked well. And that really wasn't one of the points where people were like, geez, this is this isn't working out or
there were no complaints about that at all.
So,
yeah. To be honest, I wrote that with the assumption is that you're going to shoot a bunch. I didn't really write that with the assumption it's like the combat is you shoot a goblin in the head with one bullet and then the combat is over. So and maybe I should have assumed that, and maybe I should have done like a little caveat, but yeah.
It says every combat where you fired a gun, make a loading roll.
Yeah.
No, I get that, right?
Yeah.
And like if a player made that argument and said, hey, like it wasn't even a burst or whatever, it was just a single shot, like then okay, an argument can be made to say, okay, you don't have to make a loading roll, or you get or it's less, or, it's you get a couple die steps up or something, or whatever it is. But yeah,
I'm curious what I actually did say, because I never remember my own rules.
I don't know, but yeah, I mean that's how I remember it saying, but who knows? Yeah, and Chubby says, so much of Shadow Dark's appeal is the GM can make judgments that work for their table. I've got a bunch of questions over the last 3 years. My answer was whatever your GM decides. Yeah. Yeah.
It says, this is determined by rolling a d6 at any point the GM chooses, either during or immediately after combat. So the GM could technically also choose not to do it. So
right. Then that's interesting. I read that too, where it says during, and I didn't want to do it like to kind of like halt combat in the middle, and say, hey, like let's do a loading roll. I could see how that would be interesting. Where you run out of bullets mid combat.
Yeah, if you had like a big prolonged combat.
That was kind of the
middle of it. You're like,
yeah,
crap, I'm out of ammo.
Yeah, that was kind of the thought.
This sounds great.
Because I'm used to like playing 5v where combat takes like 3 hours. So if you're like taking cover, there's like hordes of goblins and all sorts of stuff coming at you, and you're just shooting your machine guns and stuff. Maybe at some point the GM is like, hey, give me a reload roll. And that could also add excitement, because then like the goblins are still coming at you. It's like, what am I going to do? Am I going to waste a turn to reload? Am I going to pull out my sidearm? Am I going to pull a sword? Like, what am I going to do? So,
yeah. No, it's definitely interesting.
So, and Ducato used this example. It was a few weeks ago. He was talking about somebody that he knew that was in a firefight, and I had the exact same experience. They were firing away, engaging, and then once the combat stopped, you looked down and he had 3 magazines laying at his feet, and I had the exact same experience. I was engaging, ceasefire, we're done, everything's calming down, and I'm looking down and I'm like, I'm reaching for another magazine. And I've got 1 magazine left, and I'm carrying a full basic load of 7 magazines. Yeah. And I'm like, holy crap. And I look over my 240 gunner, and he's putting a new belt in. He fired off 100 rounds.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that seemed like it was 3 seconds.
Yeah.
And so I really do like the reload rules.
Thank you.
The only difficulty in it, and it's just because it's the nature of the game. If we're fighting 5 goblins, we're fighting 5 goblins, and we know when they fall down. It's not like an extended thing.
Yeah.
So, but like in a larger combat scenario, like if Roger had thrown 20 goblins at us and they were coming from different areas where we're all swinging our lights around, God, sorry guys, then the reload rules would be flawless for that kind of situation.
Yeah.
So I really have no trouble at all with these rules. I think they're great. Yeah. They're really well thought out. They immerse me into the system.
Thank you. Yeah. It's good to hear.
Yeah. No, like I said, I know I said it a couple times here, but like this is fantastic. I mean, we had a blast with it. I don't think there's anything that's in here, like I said, that was that slowed us down or that got in the way. And I know, I know some of that is just because it's Shadow Dark.
Yeah.
Right. And that's kind of made that way. But yeah, everything just
Shadow Dark,
go good.
The Shadow Dark and its branches. We always talk about the torch timer. Honestly, man, with Blacklight, I did not worry about the torch timer. I was, and Roger, you like to talk about it's so important that the DM be good. And I'm always like, I roll my eyes, but really, man, you did a great job Sunday. Like the second we started playing. When we're in the church, we're interrogating the reverend, and that was just weird. And I'm letting Joe do his thing. But once we got into the portal, I was like my shoulders hunched up, and I was like focused, and like we were just constantly moving. Man, it flows so well, dude. The game is so well written. I'm gonna be saying that shit all night, man.
That's really cool to hear. Like I've got pretty big imposter syndrome still. I just kind of stumbled into this whole thing. It started as like on a whim almost. I decided to just write a 5e modern game because I was reading through the Dungeon Master's Guide, and it kind of has like simple rules for like modern stuff. And I was like, these are kind of too simple. I'm going to write my own, like based on D20 modern and stuff, which I used to play. And then all of a sudden, I'm an RPG designer, and I just do all of this by myself. I don't have a team behind me. It's just me. My process is kind of, to be honest, is very vibe oriented. I don't do the math. I don't crunch the math and if you do this and after this, it's all vibes. So it's really cool to hear that it's still all worked out. So
yeah, it was interesting. We did.
Chubby. I'm catching a lot of darts today, man.
I mean, Chubby does amazing stuff too. So
I'm okay with it.
I've been hyping Blacklight for 6 weeks. You guys knew this was coming. So
no, that's nice.
It's true.
We had so the only thing I told my guys right beforehand, I said it's a one shot. I said the only class that's probably not as useful is going to be the fixer.
Yeah.
Just because, I didn't plan. Right. I didn't plan a lot of talking things and all that stuff. Right. And then my buddy Joe, he rolled really high charisma. So he's like, oh, the fixer, going to be the fixer. And I'm like, all right. I'm like, I don't know how much good, whatever you can do. So he's like, okay. So I give him a Humvee in the beginning. Right. And so he's like, well, I've got this, I know a guy thing. And, we're not going to be doing much talking. He's like, can I roll to see, I want to get like a souped up Humvee with like a gun turret and stuff, built in and all that. And I'm like, roll it. and he rolls like a 21 on the roll. So I give him, what was it, an M50 mounted on the
M2.
an
The
M2
50 caliber machine gun. And let me tell you,
50
man,
caliber,
as soon as he rolled
mounted
that,
on the thing.
my dude was like, "That's me," and I jumped up on the turret. Let's go.
Yeah.
And he's like living in it. And then so I had like the final boss that was like in the that was in the real world. He came through, and man, they just roll up and he's just plugging them with this 50 cal, and
Yeah.
And and I've
chewing them up.
And again, because it's me, I've fired the 50 I was mechanized for 10 years, and then I was light for a long time. I have fired the 50 cal. Many thousands of rounds have gone through the barrels of me. So like when I was doing the game, like I could see it in my head, dunk, 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 and I was like, oh, this is the best.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm jealous. I would love to fire an M2.
No, it's a
not legal
beautiful
here.
weapon. God bless Moses Browning. My God.
Yeah.
Shadow Rim doesn't have firearms, but I mean, we can make it happen.
It could.
Some Dreamers.
We can make it happen.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's another thing, right? Like we talked about me running like a modern game or whatever, and Jason said I did fine, and but like I kind of want to run Shadow Rim. And I mean, I think it's really well done, and we've talked about that before. We had Chubby on, we talked to Greg about that stuff, and it's fantastic. And like for me, like that's really like a steep hill for me, because like you've got what, like 3,000 hours in the game,
probably more, but yeah, something like that.
But
just
I've got
like man, I don't care. I just want to play. I'll be like, awesome. I'm in Helgen or I'm in Whiterun. Dude, I just want to play, man. I don't care if you get it right or not.
Yeah, and
just
I think
don't mess it up.
No, just, there you go. See, no, and Shadow Rim seems like a lot of fun, and Victor, talk about Blacklight. I love that. Now any source book for any game is just an add-on for Blacklight.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. That's why I voted that way. It's like, oh, there's a portal that opened. Okay, well, let's go through and shoot stuff, and it doesn't matter what kind of universe it is. It all works. Somebody left a review the other day, and they compared it to Stargate, which I've also done in streams. So that kind of tracks. But
no, it's just awesome, because now it's like, oh, I got this source book, or I got this RPG, and it's like, oh, I've got this, Japanese mech samurai, game. Like, where are we gonna? Here we go, guys. Guess what? Blacklight. You go through the portal, and you're in, dark Japan, and there's mechs with swords walking around. Like, here it is. So, I love that.
What Victor just said, he mentioned Stargate. When we were first discussing Blacklight early on, and I was the only one that had really read into the book, that was how I described it. It was like Blacklight, or it was Stargate meets Stranger Things.
Yeah.
You're going through these portals with the intent of shutting them down, and there's D&D stuff on the other side.
Yeah.
And, but it, like we've said a couple of times, it does not have to be D&D stuff. It can be the mech samurai. It can be Vikings in the 800s. It can be anything.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. Great.
Yeah. Like I said, that was my design goal. I wanted to do something like Stranger Things, like Silent Hill, like Alan Wake, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Where like weird stuff is bleeding into our world.
Yep.
But then there's also like, a portal opened and it's stable. Let's go through and see what's on the other side. It's Ravenloft. Oh, it's the Isle of Dread. Oh, it's whatever setting you want to do. So
yeah, it's definitely great, man. So I'm gonna keep running it. And so we did some Shadow Dark, and that was we had some similar things. I think like what really was the highlight of Shadow Dark. I know that you have the training thing and but we did the carousing stuff, and that was an absolute blast.
Yeah.
in Shadow Dark. That was like the guys were literally they're going through, they started going through the dungeon. I was running the Scarlet Minotaur dungeon.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like the starter dungeon there that Kelsey made.
Yeah.
And the guys would go through and then they're like, okay, we're getting beat up. We're going to go back to town. And then that's when we played with the carousing rules. And then as soon as we did that, it was so awesome that like every time they're back in the dungeon, they're counting loot. Like,
They go
and they're
carousing
like,
now?
okay, yeah. They're like, okay, guys, if we sell all this stuff, we've got 300 gold and that'll give us a +2 on the roll. So we can go have a great night of drinking if we leave now, and everybody's like, yeah, let's
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yep.
Yeah.
My guys haven't latched onto that yet. They've had one, I think one did carousing, the one survivor that we've had so far. But they haven't really they were like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna do that. I'm like, that's really how you get most of your experience points is carousing. So
Yeah.
you should
And the chance of
if
getting
you-
killed are very low.
right. You can make enemies and stuff, which is great, and friends, but you really should do some carousing because it's a big part of the system.
Yeah.
It's a big part of how you're going to advance.
These guys, they latched on it and we had a blast with it. And
Yeah.
I said, it was like, let's go to the thing. They're like, okay, let's go to the thing. Let's get just enough gold that we need to have another overnight binge drinking. and that was it.
I guess,
and it pushes the whole thing,
yeah, I guess with my guys, to their defense, like half of them were making new characters too, so they weren't getting XP from what they had just done because they died. So only one character. We have one second level character, and the rest are first level. So I think that's part of it too. But I think it's new. None of them that. I only have one player that's played Shadow Dark. He's the one that ran it for me. So, and then myself. So the bulk of the group's never played it before. So it's different in that regard compared to Cast Crusades or D&D or whatever.
If you want to expand the carousing maybe and make it even crazier, check out the Shocked Oyster by Black Lodge Games.
Oh yeah.
I have that one,
it's
Roger.
really
I've
good.
seen it on your shelf.
Yeah. They're good friends of mine, so yeah, I'll forget to shield them.
Cool. Yeah, absolutely. No,
So that's all carousing.
It's awesome.
What's that about?
Yeah, it's basically it gives you a tavern or a brothel that you can carouse in, and it has all sorts of insane plot hooks and NPCs and extra tables and yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a drive-through book or is that you get direct?
Yeah,
from
it's
that,
a
or?
drive-through. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Let me look at
It's really good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some cults and things going on, and so Greg, we
discussed that
this
very
a little
thing
bit earlier. Yeah. And I don't know, we would love to get them out for Central New York RPG Con.
It was $1,300.
So
I looked at a flight during that time into Syracuse. It was $1,300.
Yeah.
So
$1,300.
maybe a GoFundMe. Maybe we can get lucky.
Yeah.
Maybe a GoFundMe. I don't know, something. But I mean, I don't know. What if we flew them into New York and then drove and somebody went and picked them up?
Yeah.
I will never drive in New York City.
Okay.
That sounds awful.
Vic, I'm a big fan, man, and
Yeah.
I really want you over here for this con. But
Yeah.
if you can meet us outside the city on the highway or something, pull your pant leg up and I'll pull over. But
Well, my plan, I said before, my plan was to hopefully in the next few years make enough money where I can just pay for that stuff myself. So if you guys are willing to wait a year or two, I'll gladly drop by. So,
we'll see you at CNY3 then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what if let's just say a miracle happens, right?
Mhm.
And we're able to pull it off. Would you come up in June?
Yeah, definitely.
If we can get you here?
Yeah.
I put a link in the chat for the Shucked Oyster on drive-thru. So we'll see what we can do. And Chubby, if you want to donate to this cause, We'll see. We'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do.
That'd be awesome.
You know,
Yeah.
the convention barely broke even last year, and I mean, if I can barely break even this year, I'll be thrilled. But this year's going to be a blast. We're going to 3 days. We're doing Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're going to have one. We're opening, I think, at 3 on Friday. We're going to do one game session, I think 4 to 8, and then 8:30 to 10:30. We're going to do a movie meet and greet. We're going to do Conan the Barbarian. Going to have free free popcorn. Give out to everybody that's there and all that. And so I think it's going to be fun. And then Saturday and Sunday gaming, and
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a blast. And we got Greg Gillespie, Joe Block, Bloodworth is coming.
Is Tinkar
Double
gonna be there
D
this
is
year?
going to be there. Tenkar's definitely going to be there. Possibly Brian Shutter. He's still trying to get the weekend off from work. But yeah, it's it's a fun time, and it's a it's an
Edgelord's gonna
OSR
be there.
convention.
We're gonna be playing Skyrim the first night.
Yeah.
Skyrim board game.
Yeah, Skyrim board game. So yeah, we would love to have you, and maybe we'll see, Victor
Yeah.
needs a chance to meet his
Yeah.
adoring fans. See?
I
Fantastic.
hope I'm not making you uncomfortable, man. That's definitely not my goal on this.
Oh no, it's fine.
Big fan of your work. So,
Yeah. It's nice.
Yeah, it's
to
fine
hear.
because you're 4,000 miles away, so
That's
right.
he's safe.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
But don't waste any money on my account. Like I said, if I can do well this year, I'll gladly show up next year or whatever. So
yeah, I mean, the convention for me, right, has always been about just getting together and gaming and having a good time. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not trying to make a buck. If it costs me a little bit of money, every year to run the thing, I will
Yeah.
gladly do that. That's all I want, is people to have a good time. We had a blast playing your game. It just, even from talking to you, for a little bit. Obviously, I've seen you on some other channels and things.
Mhm.
I mean, you seem like a pretty good guy. We'd love to hang out with you,
Thank you.
and game with you and all of that. And, and especially like, it's really cool, to see, like, we'd love to be in a blacklight game of yours. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
we want to see
Ooh.
how you run
Yeah.
it. And,
That would
know.
be very nerve wracking. Yeah. I've only ever really GM'd for like my close personal friends.
really.
So like, like even just the thought of doing like a live play online kind of scares me. So doing it at a con, like I would probably be very nervous, but I would give it a shot.
Yeah.
Just don't expect
Yeah.
too much. Don't
Well-
get mad if I suck.
Maybe
Gee, I really expected more.
Yeah.
maybe I'll run it. Maybe I'll
Yeah.
run it, and then you can
Oh, yeah.
nudge me or give me pointers.
Yeah. Oh, I would love to be a player in a blacklight game. 'Cause,
Yeah. I mean, if that's where you're, at,
Yeah.
then we can do that. Whatever works. Thank you so much, Agile. I appreciate it. That's all I'm trying to do. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be like, humble or like trying to, but that's all I really want for me, right? Like,
Mhm.
like I just want to hang out with a group of people and have fun. And if I could share that with, 300 people, on a weekend or whatever, like, then, great. That's fantastic, So,
Yeah.
but yeah, we had a blast. I like, was there a reason you didn't do just like 4 basic classes and then do like supplements?
I just love classes. Like I love writing them.
It shows.
Yeah. Well, Modern Necessities has like 20 of them, and then like the supplements have even more. So I just love doing classes. I love archetypes, and I love leaning into those archetypes. And also, funny enough, the Basher that came about because I made a layout mistake, and
Really?
the program I use, I couldn't just add one page because it would shift all the layout after that. So I had to add 2 pages, new pages, and it left like a blank page. And I was like, I'm just gonna write like a new class in there. And I think I wrote the basher in like 30 minutes. And I just plugged it in there.
Nice.
And I was like, hopefully people will like it. It sounds like maybe somebody played it. I don't know. But
Yeah.
so literally came about because of a layout mistake. So originally I was gonna have 10 classes, and then it became 11. But yeah, no,
Nice.
I just love leading into those archetypes, and I felt I had to cover various grounds. So the fixer, it's like, yeah, you might have a longer campaign where you're actually talking to people. So I'm gonna add like a charisma, like a face character, stuff like that. So yeah.
Yeah. I think the basher worked out, pretty well.
Yeah.
I kind of like the the stuff. It's interesting, right? In Shadow Dark, the the table that you roll on, for at the odd levels, the talent tables there, they're really interesting. Like you have the normal, like, okay, you can get +2 to to your stats or whatever, or okay, you get a +1 to like these stats, and then there's always the class specific things, and they're always like there's nothing in there I think that's that's like a feel bad roll. I mean, there's always something when you level up where you're saying, okay, I really need that. I really need the +2 to strength. Like, come on, but really, so and even for your, all the classes that you've got in there, it's, like, just looking at them and the little bit that we played, but it doesn't seem like there's anything in there that's like, you'd roll it and say, oh geez, that's, that was bad or whatever.
No, I tried to make like each roll at least gave you something that would level up one of your abilities, or give you an extra stat point or something like that. Originally I wasn't gonna put in the occultist and the exorcist, because like I was like, if you want to do something like that, just play the priest or the wizard from Shadow Dark and just reskin it to be modern. And then I was like, that's kind of boring. So I decided to give my own like kind of modern takes on the wizard and the priest, basically. And people seem to like them. People like that ability where you have the hex back, where you can steal like abilities from enemy creatures and stuff like that. So
yeah, that's neat.
I think classes like the Exorcist go really well with a modern, with a modern vibe.
Yeah, exactly.
You got movies like The Exorcist and tons of other sci-fi movies out there with this kind of thing. Especially the whole background of Blacklight was the Nazis were doing. They were trying to open these portals. And then and the Nazi mythology was just steeped in in that sort of, the Thule organization and all that. And Exorcist fits that perfectly. Before I made my support guy, I had talked to my group and I was like, I'm thinking about playing an Exorcist. And my idea was he was going to be a rabbi. That got recruited into Blacklight. But then I was like, I'm going to play something else. And so, you mentioned the basher, and I was like, maybe I'll play a basher. And then we sat down at the table, and Kim was like, okay, I'm going to play a basher. And I was like, okay, what am I going to play then? And so I saw Recon, and I was like, that's what I want to play. And I started writing them out, and I was like, stop, because I play Rangers all the time. That is the character that I play. And I was like, okay, I can't play a Ranger in Blacklight. I've got to play something else. And so then I flipped over and I saw support, and I was like, oh, this is what I want to play. And I got really lucky with my rolls. I got one of my rolls was the +2 to strength, or plus strength dex con, whichever. I put it on strength, and I looking at my character sheet, and I got a +1 to fire support. Dude, that fire support ability is badass. As soon as I saw it, I was like, getting a 240, I'm not firing anything that's not a heavy weapon. This is what my dude's gonna do. It worked out so well. Had a great time.
I'm glad you had fun.
Yeah.
We'll all back that, Chubby. Do it.
Do it up.
Do it up. We're on it.
Hashtag
that
yes.
Sounds like a good one.
Vince is in too.
Yep.
But so this is my buddy Joe that he played the fixer in there. So that was
nice.
that was a blast.
Yeah,
So-
no, I just love writing classes. It's one of my favorite parts of writing RPGs, and like I said, I love those archetypes, like leaning into them. So, and I always come
That's
up with
cool.
more. So,
So you did Modern Necessities. That's for OSE.
yeah,
And then this is Blacklight. That's Shadow Dark.
Mhm.
What else is out there? You got a Kickstarter coming up, right? That's Streets of Magic,
yeah,
and that's March 1st,
yeah. March 1st. Yeah, I'll be starting that.
and that's its own system.
Yeah, that's my own system. Like I want to level up. I don't want to just write supplements for other people. Nothing against that, but I think if you want to be serious as a creator, you should eventually have your own system, even if it fails. But at least want to try. So that's what Streets of Magic is going to be. It's my own system, kind of based on white books, but with my own tweaks and modifications. And it's like a urban fantasy game, kind of based on Bright, that Will Smith movie.
Cool.
Plus, but I'm also adding in where I'm keeping the timeline purposely like vague and anachronistic. So is it the 30s? Is it the 50s? Is it the 80s? Like I don't know. Like I'm just throwing everything together. So it's like Gotham City in the 80s Batman movie. It's like Sin City. It's like that movie Streets of Magic or Streets of Fire, which obviously that's where I got the name from. Like it's very based on that. So yeah.
So it's urban fantasies. What to me that's automatically Shadowrun. Is it going to be? If it's 30s, 40s, 50s, are we looking at that level of technology, or is it like everything's Art Deco? And if I had cybernetics, they'd be this huge thing. I'm really interested in it. So, like, what?
Yeah.
What's it?
So, like I said, I'm keeping the timeline kind of vague. So it's like anywhere from like the 30s to like the 90s, basically.
Okay.
So technology levels in the base game are basically that. So you could run across a gangster with a Tommy gun, and meanwhile another character has like an M60, and another character has like a modern like AR-15 or whatever.
Cool.
So I'm kind of keeping it at that. But I am planning if this does well, I am planning like a cyberpunk supplement where
Cool. Okay.
it just turns into straight up Shadowrun basically. But I want to keep that.
Nice.
I want to keep that. I want to keep that basically to make some more money.
Sure.
Yeah.
But is there going to be magic as well? I mean, I'm
Yeah.
assuming.
Yeah. I mean, the name is Streets of Magic, so magic is going to play a big part.
Cool.
The basic setting is that the Fae used to rule the earth. They disappeared at some point. They left behind like all sorts of magic. They left behind like the servitor races, which are like elves, dwarves, like all that stuff. So that's what where all the magic comes from.
Cool. When does it launch? Do you have a set date yet?
March 1st. I'm
March
launching
1st,
the Kickstarter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Great.
Yeah. So Agile bought Blacklight. He's downloading.
Oh,
it
awesome!
now.
Thank you.
So that's cool. Yeah.
If people want to buy Modern Necessities, I would also appreciate that because I'm like 15 sales away from the gold seller, I think. So
Really?
yeah,
I will buy it as soon as we're done with the stream. I can't
Yeah.
do it now because my internet will
Yeah.
crash. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. You can either surf drive through or live stream with us.
I'm obviously
Good
it's choices
choices.
PDF, but is it POD as well? Can I get the hardware?
Yeah, it's POD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Will do,
Blacklight
man.
should be POD normally, but because of all those issues with Drive to RPG, it's only PDF right now. But hopefully that'll be resolved soon. So
All right. Awesome.
Yeah.
I'll definitely
Yeah.
pick it up.
Yeah. No, that's going to be great, and I'll definitely grab another copy of Blacklight once that
Yep.
once that POD hits.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's what I'm waiting for is the
just
POD,
gonna do-
and then I'm
Did you-
going to order it.
Did you add? You had like the errata. There was like a creature or something that got.
yeah,
Left
no,
out or
I fixed that in the
that-
new version. Yeah.
It's in the book. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's not a big
Yep.
deal. I like we were
There
shocked.
we go. The
Yeah.
one page of errata.
So-
there
so
it is.
For some reason, I brain farted and I thought the Lesser Shadow was in Core Shadow Dog. And it wasn't. It's just a normal shadow. But for some reason, I thought there was also a lesser shadow. I have no idea how I came to that. Maybe it's because I was looking at a different game that has one. So, like I said, like, oh, if you want to use the lesser shadow stats, just look at the Core Shadow Dog. And then people were like, it's not in Core Shadow Dog. I'm like, shit. So I had to come up with some stats real quick. But then in the new version, I found like a little spot to add it in. So yeah,
Nice. Agile wants to know how many you need to get to gold.
15 for Modern Necessities, and it'll be my first gold seller game, which it would be awesome. So
Okay.
15. Well, we'll have to definitely try and get you there. So, yeah, and there's some talk in the chat about Chubby's vampire game there. That's
Shadow City is awesome.
Cool. Yeah,
I love his method of generating the city and the stuff. And I haven't talked to Chubby personally about it yet, but I was kind of maybe we'll see. But I was kind of maybe considering asking him if he would be interested in doing a system like that for Streets of Magic, because it would fit very well. So we'll see.
That'd be cool, and it is really neat to randomly generate all the different sections of the city and what factions control them and everything. And that's really great stuff. Give Vic your money to go toward a steady supply of whiskey and 7.62 rounds.
That sounds about right. I do drink a lot of whiskey and I do own guns, so yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. It also depends on if I have like ideas of my own at that time, but I haven't gotten to that chapter yet, so we'll have to see.
Yeah, just remember, folks, you heard it here first.
Yeah,
we made it happen, right? Yeah,
yeah.
So that's cool. So that's March 1st. When's the fulfillment on that plan? The end of the year?
I always give myself like at least a year to get stuff done.
Right. Yeah.
So I can't really give like an exact fulfillment because it also depends on when the offset print. Because it's going to be my first.
That's right. You said offset. Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be my first one in with doing the offset print stuff. So I have no idea what the timeline is on that.
Yeah.
But, so people will have to be a little bit patient at least. But I also have a lot more writing still to do. So.
Yeah. Well, we I think all of us. Roger gets his matchmaker fee. All of us here backed the me and Ducato and a bunch of people in the chat backed the Dolmenwood Kickstarter, and that only took 3 years?
Time.
It was a long, long.
It was a while.
Time. Yeah, and I got mine like a full month before Stan got his, and I thought he was gonna come down to my house.
Yeah,
take mine.
I was ready to start. I was ready to break in.
Everybody started posting box opening videos and stuff of it. Like every time it get madder and madder.
I thought it was going to be that way with the Arduin. And then it showed up actually today. I was like, what?
I'll be right back real quick, by the way. I have to like hit the little boys' room, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, no problem.
I'll be right back.
No worries, man.
Yeah. That's why we all wear catheters.
That's right.
No, I just turned on my new Schwanstein Castle and go pee. I'm not at that stage yet.
Remind me when we're in the back room. I'll tell you my catheter story.
Oh, good.
Boy.
Thank you.
Good. Yeah. Can't wait.
I have one.
Boy.
That game sounds awesome. It sounds really good.
Are you talking about Blacklight?
Which one?
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, Blacklight sounds awesome.
Blacklight was fantastic.
I really, and like we
I'm just waiting for the pod to drop. I keep checking it.
Yeah. We talked about Joe playing the face, the fixer. And like it made me laugh because before we started playing, Roger put out, maybe no one should play the fixer. You're not going to get a whole lot of time to do fixer stuff. We walk in and Joe's playing a fixer, and I was like, of course you are, because why not? Why not play a fixer? But he got to use it, man.
Yeah.
We went in, the first thing we do, we go into this town in the middle of West Virginia, or, up in the hills of West Virginia, talking to a little kid playing the harmonica. He tells us, go talk to the guy at the church. We go and, Joe's running an investigation. He's trying to get answers out of the guy. And I was like, okay, cool, man. Meanwhile, my bruiser's up on I'm up in the Humvee, man, in the 50 cal, and Joe's doing his thing. So
that's awesome.
All the classes have a really good way of working together. It's great.
I'm looking forward to getting it when it goes to pod again. I want to give a copy.
I gotta see what the fixer even does, because like I said, I never remember my own stuff.
The first thing he did was he used the Noah guy, and we had a bare bones Humvee. It's just transport to get us over there. And he was like, I know a guy, and he's like, I just want like a vehicle gun or something. And I was like, really? And then he rolled it
Yeah.
up, and it was it was a machine gun. It was a 50 cal, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, this is perfect.
Yeah.
So
No, I'm
Yeah.
glad to hear that that everything works well and it synergizes
Yeah.
because, like I said earlier, like my writing is very vibe based. My writing is very stream of consciousness even. So I never know beforehand if stuff is actually going to work that well. So
Yeah, and the failure to communicate thing I think is great. And I think that's so that says that if they try and do like a charisma check to like talk to somebody, they can like draw their gun for free if it turns hostile.
yeah, if a reaction check
And-
fails, basically.
Yeah. And I think that's like really good.
Yeah.
Like I like that for other games because basically you get the situations where there's the guy that's playing the talker and he goes up and tries to like talk his way out of things or whatever or in it or whatever.
and he's
right?
dead.
And then
Yeah.
you're right. And then all of a sudden it's like they make the roll and they fail it. And now it's like, now he doesn't have a weapon out. He's not hostile. He's basically standing there prone. Right. And he just gets killed. But like with this, it's like, so anyway, so in like a lot of games, like you see that where like the guy's like, yeah, I'm not even going to try because if I fail the roll, I'm just going to get mauled or get killed or whatever. And so having the ability where like, yeah, look, you could still do the thing and it's okay because you'll at least be able to, have your weapon out
Yeah.
for free.
Yeah, it's the hand shots first kind of like ability.
Yeah.
Did you ever see Gross Point Blank?
Oh yeah, it's one of my favorite
yeah.
movies. I watched it like 3 weeks ago, I think.
The scene where John Cusack and Dan Aykroyd are their rival assassins. They walk up and they both got one hand on their pistol and the other hand is like slowly reaching out to shake it like they're moving up real slow. That's how I picture that.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is great.
Yeah.
And then of course, failure to communicate is a line from Cool Hand Luke. So
that's a Cool Hand Luke reference.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was really good. Yeah.
I like weaving in movie reference and stuff like that. So a lot of the abilities are just references to movies that I like.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of that in there. I noticed like all the team names.
Sci-fi pop culture references.
Yeah, sci-fi pop culture
Ripley,
references.
Scully,
and all
Mulder,
of that.
all those.
Yeah.
Which is cool stuff.
But when I saw Team Scully, I was like, there better be a freaking Mulder. And there he was further down. Okay, good. We're okay now.
Yeah.
I like all the handwritten notes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That you've got kind of littered through.
Yep.
That's just cool flavor stuff and things like that. It's really
cool.
cool.
I wanted to spruce up the layout a bit, add some extra flourishes and fill up that like empty space. So that was a good way to do it.
Yeah,
and I got to put in some jokes like the Blues Brothers reference with the vehicles.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Right.
Yeah.
It's dark and we're wearing night vision goggles.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah.
It's 666 miles to Carcosa, and
yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome stuff.
Good catch, Joe. No, we did not. We have a question.
Joe played in our game. He was the fixer. I missed the first hour and a half due to working late. He's a mailman, so this is his busy time of year. He does a lot of walking in the winter. Did you guys ask Victor if buying a gun also comes with some amount of ammo for that gun? So the way we ruled it is that if you buy a gun, it comes with
one load.
one magazine of ammo. But how did you normally envision that?
Honestly, I don't. Like I said, I never remember my own rules, so I'm like scrolling through the book real quick. But yeah, I wouldn't have any problem with that. That's probably how I would rule it myself. Like if you buy a gun, it comes up with at least like 1 or even 2 or 3 reloads of ammo, like enough to get like some of the mission done.
2 or 3. You're making me look bad, Vic.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yes.
You're making me
load is 210 rounds on an M4, man. 7 magazines.
You're making me sound like a mean DM.
Yeah. No, it's fine. Like everyone's got their own style.
I think I'm starting to see that, Roger. Like you were.
That's the way we did it, and I really liked it. And for a rifle, it's like for a standard assault rifle, 2 magazines equals 1 cargo slot. But for for like my machine gun, one belt was 3 slots. And so starting with one, I figured it was fully loaded, so it didn't take a slot. Like for me, that was really a big deal. And so,
Yeah.
and when you let us do that, I was like, whew, okay, good. So now I can erase this other purchase that I got, and I got 3 points on something else. So yeah, I like the way, and for me that made sense. I have no issues with that at all.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah. It was really funny with you. Everybody else was having like the opposite problem. Everybody else was like, man, why we only got so many slots, like 10 slots to put stuff in. What are we going to carry? What are we going to do? And you're like the only one that like ran out of money and like still have spots left over.
Yeah. In fact, I've got my character here.
Thanks, Chubby.
He's got a 17 strength. He had 19 slots.
I just want to, because Chubby's leaving. He's got to run. Best of luck, Vic. One day you can supplant Watsy and rule the world.
Oh yeah,
we can only hope.
I'd be happy enough just making Kelsey money, but who wouldn't, right?
Right. So yeah, go ahead, Jason.
Oh no, I was looking at my character that I played.
Yep.
He had a 17 strength, so he had 19 slots available to him. And I was wrong. My guns ammo only took up one slot, but it was 3 AP to buy it.
Yeah.
But even then, the regular assault rifles, it's two magazines or 1 slot. So the ammo count still really mattered. So when you told me that my 240 came with a full belt, I was like, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I just started picking everything. As soon as we walked in and we found other guys, like, here's an HK 416 for me. Here's some assault armor for me. Good times.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't think I gave any specific guidelines on that, but it makes sense that you would start a mission with some ammo. And I even say that like if you open one of the transfer portals, which is my way of like being able to resupply in the middle of a mission.
Yeah.
If the institute is not going to leave you hanging if you're out of ammo and you don't have any AP points. It's like, oh, sorry, you don't have any AP points. We know you're being hunted by goblins right now, but just die. It's like, no, they're going to give you some ammo.
Yeah.
So I put in like a lot of like leeway for the referee to do stuff like that.
Yeah. And we didn't have to take advantage of that, but I really liked that it's in the game. I like that you can open up a small supply portal that's like your base camp for the night, and there's a portal there. Just really cool. I
had to figure out a way, like how would they resupply if they're in the middle of D&D land and they're like a week in and they're running out of ammo because they've been blasting goblins the whole time. So I kind of came up with that the whole mini portal thing.
Yeah.
Oh snap!
Yeah, we lost Roger.
Wow.
Oh boy.
Oh, now he's on the bottom.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Wow. I had to reconnect.
I think it's definitely recently.
Well, Takado's got my spot now.
Yeah.
No, that was really cool with those portals for the one shot like that I ran. Like I really wanted to try, and obviously I want to try the system out to its fullest ability, but like, you want to do the basics first and all that. So before we get into that, I said, well, so what I did is I sent them in after another team that had kind of gone in and went missing.
Oh yeah.
And so they came across, those guys, a couple of them were possessed, a couple of them were dead, one of them was alive, and and they were able to kind of restock, bullets and stuff from those guys.
Nice. Yeah.
Joe wants to know if there's solo play rules for Blacklight or just use solo dark. I'm sure that you can use solo dark and it would be similar.
Yeah, I don't have any specific ones, but I don't see why solo dark wouldn't work for it. I haven't actually looked specifically at solo dark because I don't really do solo play, but I assume they're pretty light because Kelsey doesn't really like complex rules. So
Victor Agile Monk says that he purchased Modern Necessities on drive-thru to help you get the cold. And I, for one, will definitely be purchasing. I will purchase it later. I'm going to get a POD version. So will Jason, and we'll talk good things about it the next couple weeks. So Stan will buy it, and
So Modern Necessities, it doesn't really have a set setting. The adventure at the end does like use one of my setting that I used to run campaigns with. But otherwise, it's meant to just be a generic toolkit. So it's up to you if you want to just do pure modern, if you want to add fantasy elements, if you want to do whatever. So it's just pure.
That's
It's
cool.
just purely a cool a toolkit for like BX, for OSE, for basic fantasy stuff like that. So
Yeah, cool, cool. Yeah, that's good stuff. So if Streets of Magic does well, do you intend to take like Blacklight and port it over, or
no, I'm
or
probably gonna
like
keep Blacklight Shadow Dog.
Yeah.
And I do have some other Shadow Dog stuff planned that are kind of based on the
Okay.
Blacklight modern rules. I'm working on slowly working on a Resident Evil kind of game
Ooh.
for Shadow Dog.
Ooh,
Called Bioterror.
that sounds awesome.
Yeah, and that could use a lot of the Blacklight like gun rules and all that stuff. It would basically just require different classes and different loot tables and stuff like that, and that's about it. So, but my plan is to make Streets of Magic and that system. So I'm calling the system Ammo Box. That's gonna be kind of my main thing going forward if it does well. So I want Streets of Magic to kind of be my mainline game, and then do supplements for that. And then whenever the mood strikes, I'll do some Shadow Dog stuff or whatever the hell I want to do. So yeah.
Yeah, cool. No, I definitely think that Shadow Dark is like the game to design for, especially right now.
Yeah.
And it's really good. It's gotten a lot of support from old players, new players. She's managed to work 5e backwards to the point where
it's a good system.
Where it's a good system, right? But where 5e players can still look at it and see 5e, but a lot of the old school players can look at it and see, BX in it still. And I think that's why it's part of why it's done really, really well. It's done really great. It's the only system that I've really seen that's got new players and old players both excited about it.
Oh yeah, no, I love Shadow Dog. Kelsey is like one of my favorite people in the hobby. She's really nice. She's really cool. She helped me out a bunch with stuff. I was gonna say I might, even if Streets of Magic does well, I might do a Shadow Dog conversion for it. That's kind of floating around in my head. We'll see. So yeah.
She's wonderful. I've gotten to speak with her. Jason's talked to her as well, at a few conventions. And she's always just happy to talk to you, and just
definitely.
She's just fantastic. And you could tell she's passionate and loves the hobby. Which is super important. So
when I released when I was kickstarting Blacklight, I actually got accused of IP theft at one point, because unbeknownst to me, there was a what's that game called? Index card RPG, also called Blacklight, but it was like Blacklight without the space, with the space. So mine is Blacklight without the space, and there's like Blacklight with the space, and it's just sort of similar, like, oh, you're like special agents fighting the supernatural stuff. So the friends of that creator came after me, so, oh, you stole this, and like IP theft. And then they also complained to Kelsey, and then Kelsey basically took it upon herself. Like, and I didn't ask her or anything. She basically mediated for me for like hours, and she really helped me out with that, and basically got them to calm down. And then I ended up talking to the creator himself, and we worked it out, and it's fine now. But but I'll always be grateful to her for that, because that was a very stressful experience. It was like literally 2 hours into my Kickstarter funding, and then all of a sudden I'm getting yelled at on Discord, like, oh, you stole this and you're a IP theft and we're going to sue you. I'm like, what? So
wow, that's crazy. Wow, I'm glad that that worked out.
For an index card game that no one's ever heard of. Swell.
But she kind of went straight up gangster on them. So yeah, it was pretty nice.
Cool. Cool. Agile. Our Kickstarter supports Shadow Dark, but we do it in living color, baby. You're gonna do color stuff? No more, no black and white. Well, So yeah, like I said, we really had a good time. I wish I don't know if Ken is in the chat. I haven't seen him in the chat. I don't know if he's watching. Um, but but yeah, he was there. Had a great time. It's just really fun. And Shadow Dark, man, it seems like everything in the game is designed to keep the game moving, forward, and there's no delays. And it's like the games are going quicker. Like with the torch timer, you've got, and that's why I really kind of want to try it, with the 30-minute thing, because we did it at 60 minutes, and even in Shadow Dark, like it didn't really come into play.
Yeah.
It like almost did once. Like I was watching it, and like trying not to eyeball it, because I put a sand timer out on the table.
Yeah.
And and it like was almost down, but I'm like trying not to like just stare at it, because then my players will see me staring at it, and I want them to forget about it. But then Joe was also like eyeing it or saw me eyeing it. And like right before he's like, "Oh, I light a new torch." And I was like, "All right, well, there's another hour now of, not having to worry about that." But,
well, like Jason said earlier, there's other ways to handle that light, because even Kelsey says in Shadow Dog, monsters will target you.
Yeah, attack it. Yeah.
For your torches and stuff. So there's like some fun stuff you can do with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, they're doing full color with their stuff. And Agile, is your Kickstarter out yet, or when is that coming out? And like, what is it? Like, let us know, and we'll take a look at it, and we'll push it. Yeah, situations that douse torches and stuff. Yeah, I gotta, I gotta do that. Maybe that's part of me that isn't like so mean, right? Like, like we
all have that as GMs, I think.
I'll be strict on the ammo thing and things like that, and you guys will get on my case on it, but I won't like sit there and like attack the torch, because that's like really bad. Like, I mean, I get it, right? And that's the reason you do it.
But you did. After we killed the Addercaps, you rolled a random encounter. What happened? A gust of wind came in and blew our torch out.
That's right. Gust of wind blew the torch out. That's right.
But, fortunately for us, we were inside a dead-end room, and we had just killed the bad guys. So it wasn't like, oh, my God, we've got to light our torch. It was like, oh, it's dark. Nobody panic. I light my torch. And that was just luck. I mean, if it had happened in the middle of the dungeon, been very bad, especially with a Scarlet Minotaur roaming around.
Yeah,
that's I helped run part of that at Crossroad Games. We ran a section of that dungeon, and
oh my God,
it's pretty unforgiving in parts.
These guys chose to come through the ceiling, right, and come down, and that's the Minotaur room, and there's a 3 in 6 chance that the Minotaur is going to show up. All right. And it like increases by 1 like every time. The Minotaur never showed up. They passed through that room like 4 times. And I kept rolling 6s. And like it got to the point where they run into like Giuseppe, and they're like, "Yeah, we've been going through this." And he's like, "The room with the pillars, like with the hole in the ceiling? Like, don't go through there. That's super dangerous." He's telling them. And they're like, "What are you talking about? We've been in and out of there. Like
we haven't even seen a minute. What are you talking about?
No big deal.
Your goal.
Jesus." And no, Mike, I did not allow them to relight that torch. The torch was done, used. They had to relight another torch. Light a brand new torch. But yeah, so that was interesting with the Scarlet Minotaur thing. They're going through the room, and I'm like, "Come on, like Minotaur, come on!" And like, nope.
Up until Roger told us, no, I've just been rolling really crappy. I totally thought the Minotaur was a rumor. I didn't think there was really a Minotaur. But
he's there.
Like we would find bull footprints, and and I'm like, okay, there's a cow walking around. What's the problem? We just never ran into him.
Yeah,
so it worked out great.
See, but I'd be worried if it was just 2 footprints, like because normal cow would have 4. So it's like,
but that's the thing.
Up, right?
But that's and Roger silly said that it's 2 feet. And I'm like, well, 2 feet when they
Yeah,
move
but
forward.
I get you. They
You know,
follow,
it
they
looks
follow up
like
on each other, yeah.
you know, and my dude's like, I'm not a farmer. My dude's
No.
a thief. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it. Oh, that it looks like a cow. No
I
wonder
was
they
like,
think
that's a
there's
very
Minotaur
short
in here.
cow.
Somebody saw a cow
Yeah.
freaked out
Yeah.
about it. Yeah.
I mean,
Very
like,
good
that's a
time.
very short cow because the like
Yeah.
footprints only like there's only 4 feet between them, like something like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, if you play Blacklight plus that labyrinth, the Minotaur probably won't be a problem, right? Just shoot it with a.
But it could be,
PA-12.
you know,
well,
just
when
give it some damage resistance or
Yeah.
you know, make it
the thing is
inhumanly fast or something like that.
like 4 guys shooting at it while it's going to appear and be charging down the hallway at you.
Yeah.
I think 4 guys shooting at it, unless they roll really, really well, aren't going to kill the Minotaur.
No.
And that thing is going head first into the first guy, or horn first into like the first 2
so
guys.
Ken's
in the
Basher
hallway.
is dead.
So
So yeah, that's the thing. Like, I want the guns to be relatively powerful, but they're not the end all be all. Like a
Yeah.
Minotaur might still screw you up. So
That was
Yeah.
excuse me, sorry. That was one of the things when I was first looking at the book, and in fact, I think I talked about it. I know I said it to Roger. I may have said it on stream. You know, when the first thing I did was open up to look at the weapons, and not because I was like, "Ooh, cool weapons." I wanted to see what the damage of the weapons was, and that was what I said. I want modern weapons to do modern damage.
yeah,
If you know, if you get shot with a 380, it's still going to kill you.
yeah,
You know, and so I want it to be dangerous. You know, modern weapons need to be dangerous because they are dangerous. So and so when I saw what the weapons did, I was like, perfect, nailed it.
yeah,
And then and I was looking at the vehicles, and I know I said this on stream. I opened the book up. In fact, 2 things also hooked me. One, the vehicles. I saw the Ranger dune buggy, the fast attack vehicle.
yeah,
I saw that and I was like, this guy knows what the hell he's doing.
yeah.
Because when I was at Fort Lewis, there's a Ranger battalion up the hill. They were our mortal enemies, but we were light, so we would be walking out to the field. It's like a 20-mile foot march out to the field. We're passing by the Ranger motor pool, and those freaking dune buggies are in there.
Yeah.
And all of us are like, those sons of bitches.
Yeah.
Because we all wanted to ride in these dune buggies. But the other thing was I opened up the monster section, just to see what's in there. The first page I opened up was the Wendigo. I love the Wendigo. It's a North American monster. I was so excited to see the Wendigo in Blacklight.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, very, very cool monster selection in it.
Yeah, I tried to give a decent amount of added monsters, because a lot of these core Shadow Dog monsters you can just reskin into whatever, or you can just use them as is. So it was actually kind of hard to come up with more extra interesting monsters. So I had to dig pretty deep for that. But I think I guess I did a good job.
Yeah,
and that buggy, it's a very 90s thing, but I've always been interested in American military stuff and special forces and stuff. I've had books on that since I was a kid, and I would always see that buggy, that kind of first Gulf War era buggy with the mounted machine gun and stuff like that. So I was like, it's got to have that buggy, even though I don't think they even use it anymore these days.
Oh yeah, man. When I was at Fort Lewis and I got there in 2000, left in 2006. Those bastards were rolling around those things all the time, man.
Yeah. So no, I gotta have that buggy. I gotta have Humvee and all that stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Back to Shadow Dark. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's fine.
Did you guys lose any characters? Anybody die?
Yeah. It was at the end.
At the very end. Yeah. Ken's character got his throat ripped out, and I was not able to save him. Joe's character also got his throat ripped out, but I think it sent him to -1 or 2. But I finished the monster off with the 50 cal. Two long bursts from the 50 took him out, thank God, because I was like, oh, I'm next. And so as soon as I finished off the bad guy, I jumped down and was able to do first aid on Joe's character and revive him, or not revive him, but stabilize him.
Yep.
Yeah, and that was basically the end of the adventure. We closed the portal and I got everybody home. So
what killed the one player?
I don't know, Roger. What was it? Was it a homebrew monster, or was it something?
It was a little kid with a harmonica. Yeah. So it was like a possessed. It was like a possessed kid. So I mean, I didn't really have a whole lot of details out there, but I envisioned like the things from this other world were like possessing like people and stuff, and so they had possessed like a couple of the special forces guys, and like, you know, like they had tried to like fight it off, but after a while it just like turned their brain to mush, so they're kind of like zombies. And but there was like this kid that they met in the beginning, and so he was kind of like you know, possessed by like this demon thing, and so it was just like a feral, you know, kid with like these long nails and claws. It was kind of like lunging at him and stuff.
Fun.
Jumping at him. Yeah. So that was a good time.
Sounds like they should have bought an exorcist.
So yeah, it was funny because Jason considered that in the beginning. He was like, "Oh, I like this exorcist class," and I was like, "Oh, this kind of fits in well with what I was planning or whatever." And then I don't know. And then he got there and rolled the thing and was like, "Oh, support." Yeah, Joe, I asked about the elite agents rolling poorly, and Victor basically told me that I'm a horrible GM and I should have given you guys max hit points.
Oh, you asked me about health, not so much about health. So ability scores are different than health, but that's just a problem. That's just a problem with D&D type games in general. I can't really solve that because it's like, I want to be a badass paladin, but I just rolled a 6 on intelligence, so like I guess I'm a paladin with a learning disability now. So I mean, you just got to. That's just a part of the game. You just got to roll with it, and I don't know.
Don't stand in front of the machine gun. Everything will be okay.
And at least in Shadow Dog, if you roll well on those random level up tables, you know, you'll get a +2 or something to a stat pretty quickly. So
yeah, and that was kind of my reason why I was okay with the 3d6 down the line, even if you get poor stats for your class, is, you know, you're hopefully adding +2, you know, multiple times, you know, throughout your career.
Maybe you're a team that's just made out of like guys that were previously wounded and they're slowly being put back into rotation, and you know, maybe they're not 100%. You know, you could always start them on some light missions. You know,
right. And I mean, I thought this mission was pretty light. I mean, I know that, you know,
it was a level 1 arc,
but yeah.
I thought it was great, man. Seriously, I thought that when the director said, you know, we have a level 1 arc insert, I was like, okay, cool. This is like a level 1 dungeon. You know, we're gonna go in, learn the rules, see what happens. There's gonna be a tough bad guy at the end. I thought it was great, and honestly, when we first stepped through the portal and you were describing the scenery, I was like, badass, dude. I loved, you know, the 4 ramshackle houses, you know, the sliver of moons. There's just a little bit of light, but not enough to see anything. You really set it up perfectly. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, people seem to like the adventure I put at the end too, which is sort of similar to that. So I'm happy for that.
Yeah. I saw that.
Considered
running that.
Yeah, which was a complete Evil Dead reference. I even call it Operation Dead Dawn from Dead by Dawn. So, you know.
Cool. Yeah, I considered running it. I wasn't sure. I was like, let me just run a kind of a simple thing quick and, you know, see where it goes. And then if this, you know, wants to blossom into, you know, doing a campaign or something, then I'll definitely do that.
Yeah.
And we like, we do a lot of, in-person play. Like that's how I get that that's hard for you. Being you know, being 4,000 miles away well, I mean, obviously there's got to be some gamer, like there's got to be a game group here.
Not really, not that I know of where I'm at. I'm in a fairly sort of rural area.
Yeah.
So maybe if I was like more near Amsterdam and stuff like that, and like the bigger cities, then sure. But where I'm at, I've never heard of anyone playing tabletop games.
Yeah, wow.
I only got into it because you know, the internet and like American friends and stuff to begin with. So
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
What
do
was
you
the
go ahead,
first
Stan.
game you played?
My very first tabletop game was I'm probably Shadowrun, actually.
Oh, okay.
So I used to play these online text games called Mods and
Yeah.
Mocks and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And there was one that was Shadowrun themed, and they actually had a system for like making your character. It used all the Shadowrun like stats and systems, and then during the week you would just do like freeform roleplay. I would just like I was like a teenager, so I'd just hang out in some nightclub and wearing a trench coat and looking mysterious and cool. With my katana.
That's
and
Shadowrun,
stuff like
baby.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, you fit right in.
Yeah.
But then on the weekends, the Mr. Johnsons would show up like in game, and you could just like go meet with them and take a mission, and then the people that ran the game would like run a mission using the actual Shadowrun tabletop system.
That's cool.
So
Very
that
cool.
was like really fun. So that's like kind of my first introduction to tabletop games, and then I went from there into playing D20 Modern, which kind of stuck with me. That's a lot of my.
I ran that for
based
quite a
on.
while.
Got it on my shelf back
yeah.
there. Yeah.
My first actual in-person game was 3.5. It's like in the early 2000s when I visited a friend in North Carolina, and we visited a friend of his at the college, and we ended up playing 3.5 for like about a month. That was fun. So just stuff like that.
Nice.
Awesome.
For a month. Wow. So you came over for a while.
Yeah, I visited North Carolina, and then a year or two later, I went to San Francisco for a month to visit a different friend. So yeah.
Oh,
Very cool.
Cool. And in June, you might visit some friends in
Central New York. Who knows?
Or we could go to Holland. It's lovely.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Maybe I need some stronger medication before I get on a plane.
Yeah,
it's going over the ocean, I think.
Yeah, I'm also not fond of planes, so it would be just my luck where I'm just finally getting a little bit of success, and it's like, oh, come to this convict, and then the plane plummets into the Atlantic.
Oh my God! Don't say that.
Yeah,
don't say that. And everybody's blaming me. Oh my God!
Remember that stream where Roger was asking him to come over here?
Yeah.
He never would have done that if it wasn't for Roger.
Memoriam.
Yeah.
Oh man. That'd be terrible.
But, many years ago, my wife and I went to, while I was stationed in Germany, we went to Holland, and we were camping next to one of the canals, and we had brought our bikes with us, mounted up on top of the Jeep, and I don't remember where we were. I think it was the owner of the campground, but he was telling us, there's beautiful paths, there's lots of bicycle paths in Holland. And he said, and this is the highest hill in Holland. And then he paused, and I was looking at him, and he went, there are no hills in Holland. And I was like, this is Dutch humor. So it was a bridge that was going over one of the canals. That was the hill.
Oh, we do actually have hills, and it's in Limburg, the province that I live in.
Okay.
It's not in Limburg. And we do have like the highest hill in the Netherlands. So yeah.
Wow.
It's, now I can't remember what it's called, but yeah. So,
you're in Limburg. Is that where Limburg cheese comes from, or is it something else?
Maybe, I don't know, because technically part of Belgium is also Limburg. Because we used to be like one country, and then we kind of like, because all the wars and stuff. You know us Europeans, we like wars.
Absolutely.
We kind of split up, but that's why the Flemish still speak like I like to call it cartoon Dutch, because it's Dutch but very silly. But yeah, that's why they still speak Dutch, because that used to be part of us. So there is a Belgian Limburg, so that might be where that the cheese is from. But
I'll have to look it up.
But technically, the lowlands.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, technically, the lowlands used to go like all the way down to like France and stuff. So, so yeah, it's probably from around here someplace.
This is the historical section of our show.
Yeah.
You start bringing Europeans on the channel, and this is what you're going to get from me.
We are very well known for our cheese in the Netherlands.
Absolutely.
Yeah, cool. What kind of cheeses you got? Like goat cheeses?
It's Gouda for you. It's Gouda for me.
Gouda is Dutch.
Gouda, man.
Gouda. It's Gouda, technically. Gouda is how we pronounce it. Well, how we pronounce it in Limburg. Gouda.
It's not cow cheese, though.
No, it's cow cheese.
It is cow. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
no, we mostly do cow cheese.
It is cow stuff. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. I wasn't sure.
yeah.
I wasn't sure. Yeah, there's a whole story there, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, the humor is falling flat tonight.
Yeah.
We don't have time for all of that. But I'm sort of lactose intolerant. It's actually a casein allergy. But
Yeah.
it's a complicated thing. So, but I'm okay with goat cheeses. I think.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't know. It's a weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a weird thing, but it is what it is. So, but
Happens.
yeah, yeah. So what else? What else? Shadow Dark stuff. We ran that. We did the dungeon. Right. We talked about the torch timer. I think the death mechanic is pretty good. I know that didn't come up like a lot. It just came up at the end in Blacklight, and just I don't think it came up at all. Or did it come up once in Shadow Dark? The 1d4 plus con.
I don't think so. I think we
Thing
did
and then
really.
stabilize.
We got very lucky in Shadow Dark.
Yeah.
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 My dude had one hit
My
point.
guy-
I was worried he was going to get killed. I stayed in the back and used a crossbow. It was never an issue.
My guys, not so lucky.
I think some of that was me. Like I was rolling really.
That was the
really
lucky part.
terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where the luck came in.
It's not so bad when we're missing all the time, but when you are hitting all the time, that's when it gets bad.
Yeah. And I was rolling, even when I would hit, I'd get like two
One
swings
damage.
and I'd roll them. I'd hit like once and then I'd roll like one or two damage.
Yeah.
And it was crazy. Yeah. Cause
Yeah.
it was nuts.
When I
They had
convinced
some
the
bad
party
luck
to-
in my game.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what you see. You had like 3 deaths. Is that right?
Not,
Oof.
yeah,
Wow.
we had 1 in the first session and then 2 in the second session. I think that's no. Yeah, 2 in the second session. And one of them was really just bad luck. Like the party rogue climbed up the side of the tower where the bad guys were, and he's just watching them. He stayed hidden. He fired 1 crossbow bolt at the leader, hit her, which was the only damage that she took. And then he wanted to climb back down. So he's like 4 stories up. So I'm like, okay, make a climb check. He has advantage and didn't matter. Pooched it both. He may have even spent a luck token. I don't remember. Still pooched him. And I mean, he's got 4 hit points. There's no way unless I roll exceptionally bad on 46, there's no way he's living for that. And he didn't. And the rest of the party had no idea where he went. And what we do is, I roll like when they go down, I roll the D4 in secret. So they have no idea how many rounds they have, other than they at least one to get to their companion. They didn't even know where he was. Like they didn't see him, and all of a sudden he just fell off the side. I think they found his body like like a session later when they were like going around the perimeter. They're like, oh, that's where he went. Like, oh, he's toast. And then we had the first one was the cleric. They actually surprised me because there's this watchtower and they're like they could hear voices inside, but they couldn't hear what they were saying. And they were like, the cleric, my friend Matt, is like, I'm going to run up and kick the door down. I'm like, okay. And in my head, I'm like, this isn't going to work, which is fine. And then he rolls like this crazy number. And I'm like, oh, well, yeah. So he boots the door open and there's 2 guards in there and they're like, what the hell? And one of them just turns and shoots him with a crossbow bolt right in the chest. Didn't kill him, but then a random encounter happens. He backs out. They're fighting. And then I roll a random encounter, comes up with a random encounter. So I have 1 bandit come in that was out hunting, sees what's going on, runs over and just hits him in the side of the head with a club. And that was it, done.
Yeah.
Done.
It was pretty good. Then, like I said, they made it through the last session with no deaths, which was good. And they got some XP out of it and stuff. So
yeah, I
hopefully
think
we get some levels.
Like just because of the nature of the way that I've ran, my game, like not just Shadow Dark, but in previous, so I've been running Castles and Crusades, and I've been doing kind of like a West Marches kind of game, and so I think because of that, the guys got used to going out, doing what they can, and then coming back to town type of thing. And so the same thing kind of happened in Shadow Dark, where it was like, yeah, hey, you're like, we'll go into this thing. And it's like, okay, we did this. We got as far as we could. We got our stuff. We got, things were kind of full up. Like, let's leave and go do the thing. And then as soon as they did that, that's when they discovered this carousing thing and realized like, oh, we could spend all this gold in the bar and get drunk. Like, let's do this all the time. And, and that really and I think a couple people got a level, I think on the second time they caroused, was it? Nice. I think. So, yeah.
That's been the curve for me as a game master, is like awarding XP and treasure, because I'll give out stuff and sometimes it's we roll, like if the module is saying, oh, there's treasure in this room, I don't use the treasure that's in the book. I let them roll, like, hey, give me a roll, and I look on the Shadow Dark chart, and like in the second session, one of the characters rolled on the 0 to third level chart. He rolled 100, so it was like a magic weapon, and I was like, "Oh, well, that's awesome. Cool. Here you go." So he found this, but I don't think I'm giving them enough monetary treasure, because, like, when it comes to carousing, obviously, you guys know you got to spend money, and I'm like, and they're like, "Oh, well, we got barely enough to pull together to do maybe 100." I'm like, I don't think I'm giving you guys enough monetary treasure. I should. So, like, that's been different because it's a different system than I'm really used to as far as awarding treasure and stuff. I'm getting better. Well,
remember,
with
they only need
XP.
30. They only need to pull 30.
Right, and that's the good thing about it is like it goes for all of them. So it's like they don't need, I got 4 players. They don't need 120 just to get to that 30 level. Like that's great. I don't have a problem with the system. It's a me issue, I think, of just the way I'm adjudicating it. Because if they get more, like I explained to them, I'm like, if you guys go, like, say you guys get a big haul and you get 1,800 gold pieces and you dump it into carousing, you're gonna have a good time. Like, it's gonna be like a big bonus, and it's gonna be great. The more you spend on that, and they're kind of like the one player that really got to carouse. My friend Chris, I think he was more in the like D&D mindset of like, you're hoarding this treasure, right? Because you're going to use it for other stuff. And Shadow Dark, you're using it to carouse. Like, we spend that money.
We talked about that exact thing at the table. At one point we killed some ettercaps, these spider creatures. Yep. And so we're in the room, we're cutting down the spun up bodies, and I found a 40 gold piece pearl inside, in one of the mouths, and I held it up and I was like, here's a night out. And that's I really like that, because the carousing table encourages you not to hoard your gold. There's nothing you can buy. The armor is not expensive. So once you've got the armor, you are going out and that was one of the things that I said. I was frustrated because I had 1 hit point. Again, I am cursed, just like everybody. I'm cursed with 1 hit point. And I was like, this dude's gonna die. And then I'm holding up my next hero because I had 2 hit points. I'm like, this guy's going to die. And this guy's going to die. Why would anybody in their right mind go into a dungeon knowing they're going to die? Why would I want to do that? And then the first time we went carousing, I was like, that's why I want.
That's why.
Yeah.
Because I'm, and like Roger talks about Fairfoot and the Gray Mouser.
Yeah.
They go into the dungeons so they can come back to town and carouse for the week. And those carousing tables, even though I rolled really shitty on the, I kept rolling 1. It was so irritating, but it was still fun. And it's, at one point, I think it was Joe, he got the animosity of a priest because he started a bar fight. And then the next time we went carousing, Ken became friends with a random powerful NPC. Yep. And Roger was like, it's the priest that hates Joe. And I thought that was hilarious. That's great. That's just such the perfect way to do it. So it allows you to play your character after hours. And I just thought it was a lot of fun.
Because you can take that and be very generic about it as far as like, oh, this is my role, I get this. But like what I did was with my one player that got to carouse, he rolled and then he came up with, I don't remember the number, but like he ended up with a certain amount of XP and a bard ally friend he makes friends with. So I turned it over to him, and I was like, "Well, how did this happen?" And he's like, "Oh, well, I was in the inn, and toasting my fallen friends, and he joined in, and by the end of the night, they're drunk on top of a table, arm in arm, singing songs about his friends and all the things that happened." So now I like gave the guy a name and all this stuff. So I'm like, "Oh, you have this bard ally if you ever need it. He'll gladly help you out." It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, the first one that I rolled, I got 3 experience points, and I lost 5 or 10% of my gold because I was gambling with the Thieves Guild. Yeah. And that for me, that was perfect because my character's a thief, but he's got an 8 intelligence and 8 wisdom. His name was Dipshit. And when I put it on the character sheet, everyone was like, "Your name's Dipshit." And I went, "Well, that's what my daddy calls me." And I was like, there he is. This dude's ready to play. So we go to town, and the Thieves Guild takes advantage of him. They take his money. And I was like, and so as I'm leaving, I'm like, "I'm never going to join your stupid guild." Yeah. And I was just like,
screw you and your guild.
Yeah. It was such
awesome.
a good time, man.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah, it's a fun game. And it's on the GM end, it's been, I'm also using a pre-written setting and an adventure, which is something I normally never do. But the prep for it has been, I haven't had to really, we do, because there are a little more rules than you think about, like with Shadow Dark. Like there's little things about like that I was forgetting, and I was thankful to have my friend that had run it before, because I was forgetting to roll for random encounters, depending on the danger level is the frequency and stuff. And that stuff I wasn't remembering, and tweaking those experience and treasure rules. But it's not a heavy system at all. So it's like, I don't have to really worry about coming up with anything crazy or that's going to be time consuming. It's just like, oh, okay, I'll read this adventure and we'll run it. Hey,
Double D.
Hey,
cool.
Double D.
Welcome.
It's really cool. It's been fun. I hope the guys are enjoying it. It can be rough, tough session, losing characters and stuff, but I hope they're having fun. They seem to be.
I made a snide comment to Joe, and in fact, Joe, I'm sorry, man. I was rude to you, and it was uncalled for. At one point, I asked Joe, and in fact, I think this was for Blacklight, but the rules still apply. I looked over Joe and I said, "What are you playing?" And he started giving me his backstory, and I said, "No, fuck off. I don't want to hear that." And I said, I'm treating you guys the way you treat me. And everybody was like, "Whoa." And I was like, whatever. Well, I've already opened it up, so let it go. Nobody's interested in your backstory because you're dead meat as soon as you walk in the dungeon. I don't care what your backstory is. What class are you playing? What are your abilities? That's all I want to know about. And I said that last week because we were talking about playing Shadow Dark and Blacklight. It has required me to be in a very different headspace. And incredibly, I find that not being so into the character has actually made it quite a bit of fun. I didn't want my thief to die because really it's not so much that I want my thief to die. I was having a great time playing the thief. And I didn't want to be like, "Oh man, now I got to play something else," because I was really having a good time. But the knowledge that this character is fragile and that the dungeons are really mean, kind of like it allows me to just relax. I had such a good time. It didn't matter to me if we had wiped or not, because all I wanted to do was get a 30 gold piece pearl so that I could go out of the town that night. And so playing it, approaching the game differently has allowed me to enjoy the game differently. And I said, a few streams ago when we had the total party kill in C&C, we lost our 4th and 5th level characters. I was extremely salty about that. I was very, very annoyed, and I didn't say anything to anybody because I didn't want to be an asshat about it. So I left, and I was like, "I'll see you guys next week," and went on my way. If we play next week and my thief dies, okay, I'll play another thief. I don't care. It doesn't matter. All I need is 30 gold, and we're going to have a good time that night. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
So it's definitely been different.
You can also take it like when I played Shadow Dark as a player. My first character died in the first session. I don't remember what he was. That's how long he lasted. And my second one, I just grabbed a pre-gen, and I grabbed Zaldini the Red, which is a goblin wizard, and I kind of made it a goal that took it as a challenge to try to keep this frail friggin' thing alive. And I played him until 8th level, and I had 18 hit points. Like 3 levels in a row, I rolled 1 for hit points.
I did
like
too.
I just,
Yep.
and it was like, okay, but then I had a blast, but I kind of got into him too. Like I didn't want to make him like totally throw away, but you go in there knowing like, listen, like these are not superhero characters, and you know, they can die, but I also wanted to invest a little bit into him and just like play for that challenge of like, okay, how am I going to keep this guy alive? And I'm like, oh, I'm going to keep the 6 other party members I have all in front of me, and
Exactly what I was doing.
and then be strategic with, you know, what spells and stuff I use and have, and it worked out good. It was good. It was a super fun campaign. I had a blast.
Yeah.
Nice.
I had a better time playing an 8th level Goblin Wizard with 18 hit points in Shadowdark than I did a 15th level Dwarven Wizard in 5e, based on the way the magic in the system worked.
Yep.
I was in a great campaign. I just did not like the mechanics of how it worked in 5e, and Shadowdark was way better.
I don't
in my
remember,
opinion.
I don't remember if I said it to the group or if I said it to my wife when I got home. Playing the Thief in Shadowdark was the most fun I have had playing the Thief in any system.
Yeah.
And I have played a lot of Thieves. I was worried about, my dude's got an 8 intelligence and 8 wisdom. I was like, I'm never going to be able to pass a fine traps roll. And then I started reading the book, the rules more closely. And I was like, I don't even have to freaking roll. We go to an area that I think there's a trap in. And I tell Roger, this area looks, in fact, we walked into a room with a mosaic, and Roger went out of his way to tell us it was a very fancy mosaic. And I stopped everybody and I said, that's a trap. Yeah. And I didn't have to roll. I said, it's definitely trapped. I'm going to approach it very carefully and be checking for traps. And he said, it wasn't a physical trap. It was an ochre jelly. But instead of ambushing us with the jelly, he said, you find the trap. It's this jelly. And as soon as I read that rule, in fact, George Hardy, who's been on the show a couple times, talks about this. Describe to me what you want to do. That way I can say you did it. Don't put your character's fate into this little tiny piece of plastic that is going to stab you in the back. So the whole night, and I wasn't like, every 5 feet I'm checking for traps. I didn't do that. We would go to an area that I was like, this looks like it will be a trap to me. And I found the trap, or I didn't find a trap. Man, I love Kelsey. Your Thief is just so much fun to play. Thank you for making it fun for me.
The
really good class. Double D mentions, that he's going to be incorporating the Shadowdark carousing rules, whatever system. I think it's fantastic. Like we did it. It definitely turned the game from hey, let's see how far we can get in the dungeon, or let's see how far we can get in the adventure, to let's go as far as we can until we have enough gold to party all night. And it really like changes the dynamic of the thing, right? Where it's not like, okay, you're heroes, you're going out to like clear the dungeon, that's the goal, to now the goal is, what are we gonna do tonight, guys? Well, we're broke, so go into that haunted dungeon, so we can get 30 gold, so we can spend the rest of today and tomorrow morning getting plastered.
It's like I grew up in a ski town, so we'd meet. I didn't do this, but like you'd meet all these guys, and they would take these jobs like bussing tables, waiting tables, doing stuff, just so they'd have enough money to buy food, beer, probably dope, and ski passes, and that's all they did.
It's like an 80s movie.
Somebody much earlier on in the chat asked if we were cheesing the carousing rolls. Is there a rule in Shadowdark that we haven't seen that says you can only do it once per session? Because we really went into the dungeon and we got knocked a couple of times. So we were like, we're going to leave. We're going back to town because we had this rope coming down. So we're just going to climb up the rope. We're just going to go back to town because there's nothing saying we can't.
Yeah.
So we did that. And
I don't think
we had 100 gold. Awesome. So I don't have a problem doing that. To me,
every time you came back through that room, I re-rolled the random
for the Minotaur
counter for the Minotaur that never happened. But
so
that's there's a chance things could repopulate or what, depending on how long you're gone for. but you guys were just gone for a day,
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, Mike. I think the thing is you have to put gold into it. So like you're gonna go broke. So like if they spend the 30 gold and they spend a night, and then they do it the next night and they spend another 30, instead of paying the 100 or 200 or whatever, they just do it like 3 nights in a row. Well, that's 3 days that they're away from the dungeon. If they only half cleared the dungeon,
It's repopulating.
restock it, roll random encounters, and have them come back in. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
Then they got to deal
There's
with
nothing
that.
in there. I just skimmed it. There's nothing in there saying you can only do it.
Yeah.
It's whenever you return from the Shadow Dart.
Yeah,
So,
I just looked it up too.
Cool. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we weren't trying to be like, okay, let's just do 30 and we'll roll on the easy table. We'll do 30 again. We were like, we've got 450 gold. We're throwing 300 at this bitch and we're going to party all night long.
Yeah.
And that really made it great, because even then, we still had 150 left. We could have gone to the 30 table and done it again, but we were like, no, let's go back into the dungeon. Let's see if we can get 600.
Yeah. Let's have a
get
bigger party tomorrow night.
And so I really felt like we were approaching it that, whether it was meant that way or not, I felt like we were approaching it like the way the game would like us to do it.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
It was just a blast. Yeah, it was great.
It also kind of enforces the whole theme of like, scumbag adventurers who just doing this for the thrill of it.
Yeah.
Not really.
That's right.
Yeah.
you're not a bunch of heroes. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You're not heroes. You're just opportunists, like
Yes, we're a bunch of bums. That's what
we like to do this, and the way we afford it is we go into these awful places.
Yeah.
And then we come back and we enjoy it. It's like, it's a different. It's not. You have to change your mindset a little bit if you're used to running like hero. I mean, I run those.
Yes.
My Castle Crusades game is a heroic game. Like they're
it's not
saving
heroic
the world and stuff. It's like it's very different. It can be very. You can do it the other way too, but
sure.
It leans into the whole ski bum adventuring party.
Yeah.
Just doing it so they can afford drinks because they don't want to do like honest work. They're not out there tilling a field or anything like that. They're like, frig that. We'll just go in there and kill a few goblins, hopefully get some coin and live, and then come back and enjoy ourselves.
Yeah, the only reason I ripped it out of Blacklight is because of setting reasons, to be honest. Like that was like literally the only reason. Because I have nothing against it. I think it's a really fun mechanic. It just didn't fit with the setting because
Agreed.
You're not, if you're like a secretive special forces agent monster hunter guy, you're not gonna go to a bar and then you might go to a bar, but it's not really going to do anything for you. You're not going to like get drunk and then all of a sudden somebody's going to give you a mission at the bar,
Right. Yeah.
So,
and they live a much more disciplined lifestyle.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's not saying that Green Berets don't go out and party and get in bar fights. They certainly do, especially in the Vietnam era.
Yeah.
But the kind of military that you're playing in Blacklight is a very different kind of military. It's very disciplined and focused. And so, the kind of stress that those guys would be under, I can definitely see them getting in trouble every now and then.
Well, I do mention that, hey, if you find yourself in D&D land and you're going to an inn,
go out to the tavern.
Yeah.
Use the corrosion mechanic as much as you want. But
So how does advancement work in Blacklight?
It's just a regular advancement where you level up and then you roll on the random table for your class. And then I do also have the expanded training rules, which are based on how Kelsey has you learn new languages. And I just expanded that to different skills. So it's like, hey, I'm going to take like this pistol course. If I make it, I get a +1 to attacks when I use pistols.
Oh,
like, hey, I'm going to use the survival course. Yeah.
There's like a stat check.
Yeah.
That you did, ability check that you do. You pay so much money into it, and then you roll the ability check, and you basically went away for a week, and and then you get maybe +1 attack on the pistol or whatever it is that you choose.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Or like instead of carousing, you're out training.
Yeah.
It's really good. And there's like gotta be 30 things or something on that.
Oh yeah, I had like a whole bunch of stuff. So it's like anything from pistol, like every weapon, and then I added survival and like alchemy and like occultism and theology, like all sorts of stuff. So yeah.
Cool. It's definitely really cool. A definitely really cool concept for that.
Yeah.
It-
Just
you
some
know, so-
people are annoyed that you can
Sounds-
fail and then like lose part of your AP. And it's like, yeah, but that's part
but
of
it makes
life.
sense.
It's an OSR game. Like, come on.
Yep.
It's realistic.
Right.
I almost failed sniper
Yeah.
class that I went
Yeah.
to.
Yep.
Mike,
pretty
I don't
close.
remember. We did the first session. I think with everything, they got maybe 15 XP.
Amongst all of us, I know that I got 3, and that's when the thieves stole my gold. That's the only reason I even remember that.
Well, no, but total. Where's your guy at now?
I think
Your
total
guy's
for
at
the night. I think I got 7. I either got 15 or 17. I leveled once, and then I think it was 15. 'Cause I think 5 carried over.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's like 15 or so. So yeah.
Yeah, and I know we all leveled. I know that we all made it to second level, but
And
we're nowhere near.
Dan, I've looked at that and I understand what you're saying. But if you want to get like a one-time thing and you want to get more than like 4, like you have to go up on the table. And I know it's probably better, it's probably more worth it to just do a bunch of 30s in a row, but like the players, like seeing the choices on the table, saying, okay, we can do like a night of drinking, or we can do like an all-day event, or like, hey, if we spend 1,800 gold or what, right?
multi-week.
The entire town is invested in this, and
A huge bender
for a whole week, and it's a huge, week long, week and a half, 2-week bender or whatever with everybody. Like, I think there's more like more role-playing opportunities.
Yeah, because it's not
That are
all
there.
just
Yep.
XP too. Like
there's other stuff that goes with it.
there will be
Yeah.
results like, oh, you got a mission from the local priest, or you pissed off the local noble and you wake up like naked in the dungeon, like
Right.
So
Yeah. No, I get it, Dan. And maybe the higher one should give more than that. I don't know. I haven't ran enough
I don't
of
think
it
so.
to look at it and see if I really think it should. But
I mean, if you
I
look
think
at some of them, like the max they give is 6 XP, but some of them, like the highest one, you also get an item from the 9100 item list from your treasure table.
Right.
That's a pretty good item, whatever it is. And it probably
Yeah.
could give you, that item may give you more XP. So I think
also
it's fine.
each level only like takes 100 XP, so even if you only get 6 XP, that's like a decent
6
chunk of
6 is a good chunk of XP.
Yeah.
Shadow Deck supplements drive through carousing tables. Yeah, carousing tables are definitely awesome. I like the ones that that Chubby put in the Game Masters.
Yeah.
The Shadow Dark Game Masters helper, Game Masters
Companion, I think.
Companion. There you go. Companion. Yeah. Thanks, Vic. My English failed me there. And that's my primary language, my first language. So, but and he's got some class specific ones and stuff that are really cool. Yeah, and Dan mentions that. Yeah,
I think one of the better ones is probably, like I said earlier, the Shocked Oyster, because it just expands it so much, where you can just hang out in this brothel and have all sorts of crazy adventures and hijinks.
Yeah,
it reminds me of
I want to use.
It reminds me of you guys might know. You might be old enough to know this. Callahan's Cross Time Saloon. Have you ever heard of that? It's a book series. It was also a video game in the 90s, like kind of like a point and click adventure.
Okay.
But it reminds me of that. Huh. I guess I am the only one who knows it. I guess I'm the biggest nerd here. So, well, who fucking
I guess so. Jesus.
He beat us.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it. You won. You won, Vic. I hope you're happy. Spider Robinson.
Yeah.
Callahan's Cross Time Saloon.
Yeah.
Wow. Time travelers. Okay.
It's about a saloon that just like time travelers hang out there, aliens, vampires, like all sorts of weird stuff. And
1977.
Wow.
That's interesting.
I was 7 years old.
They went through all the way to 2003, it looks like.
Yeah.
Wow. That's interesting. I'm going to definitely have to check into that now. See if I can get a thing. Yeah, and then there's a
I
video
think they actually
game.
did an RPG too. Like I might be mistaken, but I think they did an RPG, tabletop RPG.
There's an MS DOS video game.
Yeah,
Excellent.
I had that when I was young.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Oh well, definitely gonna have to
Yeah.
put a pin in that. So yeah, no, that's cool. What else? What else you guys want to talk about? Shadow
good with
Dark.
that one.
Shadow Dark wise, what we got anything else we want to ask Vic? What are we dying to ask Vic? Apparently anything. He's the pop culture nerd, so
Yeah.
he's got.
Nope. I asked all my questions and gave all my compliments.
Yeah.
Great game. Absolutely love it. Looking forward to playing some more.
Yeah, thank you.
And the only thing I can say is I haven't played it yet. I've listened to Jason and Roger talk about it for the last few weeks, and they've said nothing but good things. And then hearing about their session that they had, and then talking to you, it sounds like an awesome game. And as soon as that hits pod, I'm ordering a copy because it sounds great.
Yeah, I'm hoping that they'll validate the files soon, and then I still got to order the proofs because Drive to every time you revalidate the files, you have to order proofs again, which is also annoying. Like
you have to order proofs. You can't just
every single time. Every single time I have to order proofs, and then unlike Lulu, so Lulu has virtual proofs, so they will just give you a virtual representation of what the book looks like, and you're like, oh, this is good. Drive to RPG, no, it doesn't. You have to literally physically order the proofs, so I have to pay the printing cost plus shipping for every book, and then wait however long for it to arrive, and then I used to have issues where I haven't had them in a while, but I used to have issues where they wouldn't deliver the books because they were like, "Oh, you need to give us this tax code." I'm like, I'm not a business. I don't have a tax code to give you. I'm just a guy ordering books. Like, why are you asking me for the specific tax code? And it was a whole thing where they just wouldn't give me the books. But that seems to be solved finally. But yeah,
jeez, fun times.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So. And then we've got Streets of Magic. So that's coming March 1st.
Yeah.
I'll put the link to that. That's a link to the Kickstarter. That's going to go live March 1st. The Streets of Magic. That's a game that's a standalone system of your creation, right?
Yeah.
Well, you said it's an old OSR D20 based.
Yeah.
Kind of.
And then with my own tweaks and things I think are cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And then this is a link to the drive-through for Blacklight, and obviously, hopefully, the POD will get me back soon there. I highly recommend it. I mean, I've got the soft cover and the hardcover,
nice,
which is really cool. That's good stuff. And so buy that stuff. Also, I don't say this enough, but hey, please like, share, and subscribe the video, right? I think I'm up to 141 subs, unless we got more now. At 500, I'm planning on doing a giveaway. I don't know what we're going to give away yet, but I'm going to get something and we'll do something and we'll mail it out.
And check out Modern Necessities and make Vic a gold.
Yes.
Do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Check out Modern Necessities.
Yeah, thanks, Ben.
Probably 14 more. We know we sold at least one today, maybe two.
Yeah.
Get mine as soon as we're done here.
The three of us are going to buy it. So
that's one of the problems if you do Kickstarters, especially if you're a smaller creator like me, then everyone who's interested in it will do the Kickstarter. So when it goes on sale, it tends to slow down a lot.
Yeah. No, Joe, the My Little Pony, that's done. It didn't happen. We had a goal and
window closed.
The window's closed. It wasn't there. Vic, I made a thing on live stream. I said, if we get to 250 subs by next Tuesday, I will run a My Little Pony live stream.
My
Little Pony.
The Pathfinder My Little Pony?
I don't know. No, I think there's a new one, Renegade.
Yeah.
Renegade Games put it out. I don't know because I think it'd be horrible, and I really don't want to do it. But
Yeah.
if
we
it
missed
gets
it by
me,
130 subscriptions.
I mean, if it
Yeah.
got me 130 subs, I'd do it. You know what I mean?
I used to know the guy that he did the Pathfinder 1E My Little Pony game. He was like the creator of one of those text games I mentioned earlier, like the Muds. I used to know him from there, and then like he made a My Little Pony Pathfinder game, and apparently had like a lot of success with that. So
yeah, I heard that one was really big. But then yeah, I don't know. Renegade got the license to a lot of the 80s cartoon stuff. They got the Transformers license, the G.I. Joe, My Little Pony.
yeah.
Then they started.
So it's the old school My Little Pony, not even Friendship is Magic or whatever it's called.
Yeah, not even. I don't think. I think it's the old one. I'm
Okay,
not
yeah.
sure. I'm not. Listen, I'll be honest. I haven't really done a lot of research in it.
Yeah.
It's not really our bag.
I watched the 80s My Little Pony. I was a little kid. Like any cartoon
boy.
was better than and then
Our viewership's dropping.
Yeah.
No, no. I mean, I watched some of it. I mean, a little
Yeah.
bit of it.
I mean,
you
I
know,
used to
but-
watch the Care Bears. Like
Never watched an
yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. All right. I
Well,
gotta stop talking.
yeah.
Start losing viewers.
I mean, I'm from '84, so I was a little kid in the '80s.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear. I
Yeah.
grew up, watching stuff in the 80s, and I was big on like Transformers and stuff like that. And, oh my God, see, this is
Oh,
what
God.
we got to deal with now.
A shout out to all the kloppers out there. And if you know, you know.
There you go. There you go.
I'm glad I don't know.
Preach.
Yeah.
Hey, Young.
Hey, Yang, good to see you, but we're just about out. So
Yeah.
we're just about at the 3-hour mark. I don't know. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about, Vic? Is there anything else that you want to plug or give shout out to anybody or?
Yeah, no, just if you sign up for the pre-launch for Streets of Magic and then maybe back it once it goes live, that would help me out a lot. It's kind of supposed to be the game changer for me, help me level up. I'm registering as a business and everything. I want this to be my mainline game, game system that I will do stuff for in the future. So yeah, like I said, it would help me out a lot if people supported that. But yeah, otherwise,
Will do.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm definitely in on whatever a hardcover, whatever the hardcover book level is. I don't know if you've got any of that stuff figured out.
Yeah, so I've got PDF, softcover pod, hardcover pod, and then offset print, and then also a tier that way you get everything. So
Yeah, I'm definitely in for the good quality
the offset,
hardcover, the offset print hardcover. Definitely in for that. Possibly the all-in. Not sure yet. We'll see.
Yeah, I think
We'll see
I
where
think I
my
put that at
wallet
like
is.
€75 for everything. So,
Oh, that's not bad.
Easy. Yeah.
If that's what, that's not
about
even $100 bucks.
Yeah, about 100.
I mean,
Yeah.
if that's $100 all in, Vic, I'm
Yeah.
in for that.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah, and if you guys want to have me back once that's successful and out there, then I'll gladly come on again. So I
Vic,
had fun.
we'd
Great.
love to have you back to
Yeah.
talk about maybe if we get closer to this My Little Pony thing and it's popular, maybe we'll
Yeah.
maybe we'll
Just stop
Dear
talking
God.
about it, man. Jeez.
Uh,
It's never going to die. You keep resurrecting this
I know,
horrible
I know.
beast.
I know. Yeah, this is going to be his first
Yeah.
offset print book.
It's kind of a test case, so we'll see how that goes. It'll probably be stressful, but who knows? We'll see.
I think it's probably going to be stressful. Just make sure that you're out you go past like 6 months past what your estimates are on
I mean,
Kickstarter.
if it happens, it happens.
But no, that'd be fantastic. And we're all we're all rooting for you, and hopefully it all comes to fruition, and we'd love to see it happen. So
Yeah,
we
same.
we got your back. We
Thank
got
you.
your back no matter what. We'll all back it. So there's like three people. There's probably couple
I
of
just
us
checked.
at least.
€75 is about $89 right now. So
yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. I'm definitely in for that. All in, absolutely. 'Cause you're a wonderful guy. We'd like to support you.
thank you.
So we'll see what we can do to get you out to CNY. So thanks everybody for coming. We will see you guys next Tuesday. Not sure what the topic's going to be yet, or if we're going to have anybody on or not. Still working on that. But yeah, and Vic, thanks for coming, and
Yeah, you're welcome.
we'd love
Thanks,
to
man.
have you back, sometime.
Yeah,
You
I've
know,
been
during
looking
the
forward to
Kickstarter,
this.
whatever.
Yeah, anytime.
That'd be great. Yeah, and yeah, that'd be great. So
And-
we'll yeah, go ahead.
Edgelord, send me another friend request, man, because I checked my list and I didn't see you. So send me another one, and I will look for it this time.
There you go. So we'll see you guys next week, and we'll see you guys on the other side in a minute. Take care, everybody.
Dag iedereen.
See y'all.